doing because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Transformers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Basement Benchwarmers Podcast back after being off for 2 weeks. Glad to be back. Ed, Tim, Willie, and special guest Pete is here tonight.
What's up, everybody?
So let's start off, get going. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of things happened the last couple weeks. Let's start with how everybody's past 2 weeks. Let's start with Ed. How was your past 2 weeks?
Oh, it was a banner fucking year at the Wurzbecky house. My dad got me a pack of smokes and it's like, smoke up it. Oh, wait, no, that was that. What does this look like to you? On the size of a cigar. No, what did I do last couple weeks? I watched that new Roadhouse movie.
Oh, yeah?
How bad was that?
It was pretty good, you know.
I heard it wasn't very good.
I heard it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Good call, Willie. You know, it was, some of the fights were a little over the top. When he fought the regular guys, it was awesome because it looked real. And when he fought, who's that, Conor McGregor? You can't take
choreographed.
You can't take 28 shots to the face, from Conor McGregor. Nobody can. I guess. I don't know. Well, everything was pretty good though, except one thing really bothered me. The love interest, the nurse in this one, the girl. You guys haven't seen it yet?
He's
like,
who is it?
I don't even know her name, but she's a cute girl. And then it's like, he's like, you from around here? Because he ends up down in the Florida Keys, and she's like, oh, I've been living in Grass Clee my whole life. I'm a young lass, and I was living here. And I'm like, what the hell?
Is it Emily Blunt?
She's like, it's been forever. She's been.
Is it Mel Gibson?
Right?
Braveheart? That's
right.
That's how bad it was. It was almost like a Scottish accent. I've been living in Grass Key since I was a little lass.
You sound like Mike Myers doing an impression.
Right. Look at the size of that thing. It's like Sputnik. It's got its own orbit.
You wonder why it bothered me?
I say.
And I'm like, we're looking at each other going, she's the local girl. And I looked it up. She was Portuguese. So she had some weird accent. I'm like, she's a local from the Keys. Never heard that accent before, but I think it was a little off. But it was a, cheaply made movie. So, yeah.
Was it on Prime or?
Yeah, I think it's on Prime.
Okay.
Petey, how was your last couple weeks?
Solid. There's a lot of sports going on between football with the draft prep and baseball right around the corner and the NCAA tournament, and the Bucks are heating up a little bit. So there's a lot going on in the sports realm. But on the high school side of things, the weather is just killing us now. So snow outside and cold and rainy. Everything's getting canceled.
Yeah, baseball season's already on the way, isn't it?
Practice started today?
Well, we had a scrimmage set up for today that got canceled. And there's 3 games this week because we're on spring break, and they're already canceled, I think. So,
Halufka's got to be pissed.
It's Wisconsin weather again.
You guys don't have a turf outfield?
Just infield.
Dude, you didn't tell me Post Malone's in that movie. I'm fucking all over it.
He's right. He's a fighter at the beginning.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
I like Post Malone.
No fucking way, man. No. Okay. I won't give it away.
I might be watching that tomorrow.
He lost weight, too.
Yeah.
I do have a show, though, for you guys. The Gentleman. It's on Netflix.
Oh, the movie was fucking awesome.
This one's a series. I think
Guy Ritchie's doing it, right?
Yeah, Guy Ritchie. I'm on episode 6. It's well worth it. It's binge worthy. Put it that way. I don't say that about very many lately.
What was this again?
The Gentleman.
The Gentleman.
Okay, yeah.
It's based out of England. There's this lord. There's this whole underworld, and Guy Ritchie is so good.
Yeah, the movie was awesome. It had McConaughey and Charlie Hunnam. Hunnam.
Oh yeah, Charlie Hunnam.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. And then I think the best character in the movie is can't think of his name. Colin.
Colin Mockery.
Huh?
Whose line is it anyway?
Not McGregor.
Oh my god.
Big giant head.
All right, never mind.
All right, move on.
No,
move on.
Colin. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly. What
Colin First.
you're talking. Colin Firth.
No.
Yeah.
No, not him either.
No.
Oh. Okay.
All right, Willie.
That's all you got for now.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
A lot more to talk about.
Yeah.
Last couple weeks.
What, I don't get to go? Do I
I
get
thought
to
Oh,
go?
my
you
bad.
said, you said Willie.
I thought
No.
you were talking about the
I thought you were
movie.
talking
I didn't say
about
anything
something.
weird.
Okay, what's your last couple weeks? Sorry, Tim.
Boring. A lot of basketball. Went to Milwaukee on my birthday. Did some shopping. Found a new record store, which I don't know is a good or bad thing. So it's called Volta. It's like outside of it's Greenfield, I think. It's like 2 blocks away from Cops.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
That is a good thing.
Did you go to Cops?
No, I actually didn't, because I went to Papa John's for breakfast there finally to have like a burrito and
Papa John's.
or Taco John's.
Taco John's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
They have breakfast? I
He
didn't know
had
that.
pizza and tacos.
Yeah. Pizza tacos.
Hell.
So it was all right. I mean, they're fucking like hash browns. They're
Potato olays
they're fucking salty as fuck.
That's what a great.
For what?
for the
Eating?
morning
Yeah,
after.
no wonder why I had a fucking
drunk
heart
binge.
attack.
The deer love them.
Yeah.
There's cows roaming around out there.
Yeah.
It's what the
So-
hell's going on?
How do you think
Every ungulate's out there.
Nice. Finished up Reacher.
Boo.
I wasn't that.
Yeah, I was let down by that season.
I agree. It was still like the one-liners in that series are still great.
Oh
but,
yeah.
And the action's okay, but it's just
If you like anything about Reacher, you'll love this new
Roadhouse. Shut up.
It's just as bad.
Really?
Oh yeah.
very stoic
Right.
dialogue.
It's actually kind of funny compared to the original.
Yeah.
Watched a really good 10-year-old movie called This Is Where I Leave You, and it's like Jason Bateman. 10 years old. It's Jane Fonda's in it. It's pretty good.
Communist.
Huh?
Communist.
Yeah,
Jane Fonda.
Where's it
Maybe.
filmed in Russia?
Yeah.
Not in a Vietnamese internment camp.
Tina Fey's in it.
Obviously.
Corey
Where was
Stoll.
it filmed in Hollywood?
Yeah. And I watched a lot of basketball.
Nickelodeon Studios.
Yeah. Ooh. Too soon?
Disney World.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that's it. It's fun.
Fish fries,
Yeah.
dart ball,
What's-
and Creaster.
Hold on, where's the fish fry?
I was going to say
Where's
it's
that?
got to be Creaster.
Yeah,
We went to Birchwood Friday.
for the all you can eat fish doodah.
Was it good?
Decent.
It was all right.
It was all right. Yeah.
That's the one.
I'd rather go to the beer garden or
Oh.
Fit and Ale, to be honest.
I like the beer. The beer garden's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Petey, you go. That's the one out on 75th out there.
Yeah, by the interstate.
Birchwood. Yeah, it was good. I mean,
It's just weird. Like
no fries though.
yeah, no fries.
What?
No French fries for the
At
dinner.
dinner,
For
at
the
dinner.
dinner.
They got potato, like
Mashed
baked potato?
potatoes.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, boo!
Right.
That's not real.
And it was weird because it's like in the center of like the whole building. There's like arms.
In Birchwood, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Birchwood.
Yeah.
It's got
So,
like
like-
wings.
Yeah, so like you step down. And
It's like a smaller version of like Epcot.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, way smaller.
The balls in the
And
middle
they-
here break.
And then they have the creepy like guys like watching everything, make sure that everything's like stocked. You know?
Willie, grab another piece of fish, and we're getting on Space Mountain in a second.
No, in the Easter decorations, look like somebody sneezed on it.
That's right.
They're
It
just,
did.
just so haphazard. Look like somebody put a bunch of decorations in their mouth and
Right.
sneezed
It was weird.
all over the tree. You know,
They had hush puppies though, so that kind of made up for the no French fries.
Hush puppies are good.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. If they're made good. Yeah.
Right.
Hush Long John Silver's had the best hush
yeah.
puppies. They were incredible.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
yeah, that's all I got, man. So you got lots to talk about.
Yeah, I left here on March 11th and got home on the 23rd, basically. So went to Mexico, went to Vegas. Was in Vegas. Tournament time, and not interested.
No.
What?
Unless you can actually find everything. You got to rent spots to sit, nowhere to go.
Oh.
And I mean, we had a bowl during those certain times. I was there for bowling, and yeah, Vegas is a busy place. It was 10 times as many people there during this week. It was crazy. It was nuts. And don't get me wrong, if you walk the streets during the day, it was okay because everybody was in the casinos
Right.
or at the book.
Right.
And the weather was beautiful. 70, 75 and sunny every day we were
Nice.
there, 72. I will raise your food stories though. I ate at Egg Slut I ate at, which look it up, Egg Slut, great breakfast place in Vegas. I always try to go there when I'm there. I went to Bobby Flay's Burgers. It's almost like it's like a mall front, like just a fast food type front.
Okay.
Great burger, very good burger. Fries are excellent. Onion rings are excellent. I got onion rings actually. And then I went to I'll raise your fish. I'll put this fish fry against anybody ever in the city. It was so good. It was one of the best fish I've ever had. It was Gordon Ramsay's fish. It was the same type of thing. You walked in and ordered in a line. You got it. You watch the guy, and you see the difference between like McDonald's and normal places. Like I watched the guy make fries for a couple of minutes because the line was decent length. And every time he made the fries, he threw the fries in this metal pan. You could hear him how crispy they were because they were tinging the pan. He put salt, flip it twice, put salt, flip it twice, move it on. Every single time was the same exact way. There was no different how he made them. The fish was sitting kind of out. I'm like, oh, that's going to be, got the fish. My last bite was as crispy as the first bite.
Huh.
It was insane. The food, it was incredible. You can choose from 5 different sauces. I got a tartar and a sriracha mayo or aioli. I actually would have rather had 2 tartars. The tartars were incredible. They're I'm guessing homemade. And they had chicken. They had chicken like tenders type things. They had shrimp. They just have fish. It was pretty good. It was pretty incredible. And those are the 2 things I ate there.
The question is, do they have an old fashioned there?
I did not have an old fashioned in Vegas. No, I drank
Don't.
Willie had the best old fashioned of his life.
Oh
at
my God, that thing was
terrible.
I think someone took the lid off the bitters thing. It would glug glug.
It was bitters with a splash of brandy
and a splash of sour, like not like sour soda, but like sour mix.
And they didn't muddle the cherry or the orange in there was like whole.
Oh,
I'm like, someone must have never did this.
It was like you just got done with the kids' soccer game. You had a whole wedge in there when you got done.
Yes.
No mixologist to teach him how to do it. Like
I'm curious. I
Bar Rescue.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Vegas was a good time, and Mexico was a good time also. Both places were good, so it was fun. Yep. But
you get burnt
down to earth. A little bit. A little bit. My face and my ears got burnt. My lips got burnt terribly. Yeah. My lips were the worst thing. You can see them. They still got look like they're burnt.
Yeah, they feel rough.
Did you try to wear shorts to get in to eat for dinner?
No, he couldn't. A guy actually tried to wear shorts, and they said no. He was all pissy about it, I guess, because I wasn't paying attention. They gave him a pair of pants. They were bright green, these pants, and he had Converse on. And one of them, he goes, "I look like a skater." Bring your own pants.
You have to bring pants.
It's a rule. It's a rule. They tell you have to wear pants. It's not a big deal. I mean, Kevin wore pants. He had no problem.
Was it worth? Was it worth?
Kevin wore Lululemons, and those aren't fucking pants.
Right.
That's fucking foo-foo.
Kevin pulled it off too. He looked good at dinner, man. He looked good.
Wait, pants and closed jeans?
He had to. You had to.
He had Hey Dudes on, but they were like
Hey Dudes, but he had vents in them and stuff. They're kind of cool. They're kind of nice. They were like all vented the whole around. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They were like
mine are vented.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine aren't even dudes. They're like, hey, dud.
Here,
hey, knockoffs.
Hey, Spud.
Hey, dud.
No, but even I've been to places, even like in Costa Rica. And if you go into a decent place, you have to have pants on.
Yeah,
it's not like the United States where you can just be a hack and walk around and go anywhere.
Yeah, because there's snakes in Costa Rica. That's why.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons. That crocodile almost got in my pants.
So that was my 2 weeks. So tonight on the show, we talk a little bit about NCAA tournament, NFL free agency, baseball, NBA a little bit. We'll talk about everything baseball.
What could possibly have happened in baseball?
We will do our predictions next Monday for the season. We'll do that all next week. I think we have a show next week. Yeah, we'll have one. So we'll do
season starts Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah, 28th.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, because the Cubs play at Texas.
Yeah, we're not counting that though.
So we'll talk about Monday. It'll give us, you know what? Because we'll have a head start exactly. We're gonna after
what's going to happen. We know what's happened.
Picking will be way easier.
We can't be wrong.
Yep.
There's only 179 left, or what? 179? What that mean after 3? 182 they play, right?
Yeah. 162.
162.
So it'll be 159 left, or 158, whatever.
It's way too many, whatever it is.
169. Giggity.
Thank you.
So let's start off with good, bad, and ugly like we do every week. I'll start. Can I start?
Yeah,
it's your show.
I'm going to do ugly tonight. Start with ugly, and I'm going to start with Caitlin Clark's dad. I thought it was ridiculous what he did. She's a grown woman.
Barely.
Daddy, don't yell at you on the court. If dad did that to a man, the man would probably flip him off and walk away. It was stupid. The most ridiculous thing I always say. And the camera giving him time to tell his daughter to knock it off. Let the refs tell her to knock it off. Let her coach. It's not his job. You're not AAU anymore. You're not sitting on sidelines 5 feet away. It's ridiculous. I thought it was the dumbest thing I've seen in my life, and I thought it was terrible. I thought it was embarrassing for her and really embarrassing for him. It was stupid.
You've coached?
I don't
quite
act
a bit.
like that in my own kids' games at this.
Right.
That was going to be my question.
No.
You guys coach.
Never have. I didn't even treat a player like that when I coached
You
them.
have parents though yelling from the stands multiple times, telling their kids what to do. I mean, I went to a game, maybe in the Winter Classic, where the dad's yelling at the girl to do certain things. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm going to defend him just a little bit. She's got an image. She's got NIL money. She's got millions coming in. She doesn't want to come off as a whiner because she's going to alienate herself.
No matter what she does, she's going to get criticized for it.
Yes.
Agreed. But what she was doing was excessive to the point where he felt like he needed to get her to control
And
her
that's the coach's job.
but let her control her emotions and put on a front, because there's all kinds of little kids and stuff paying attention. And if you're a sponsor, they're already looking for reasons to not use her.
So Caitlin Clark's the one that has to protect her image. LeBron doesn't.
No,
nobody else has to. It's ridiculous.
Cameron Brink, which I'll get into, and Angel Reese. You know, so
Angel Reese,
in all honesty,
more famous acting like an asshole.
Yeah, but I've never even noticed LeBron's dad yelling at him.
That and in all honesty, it's we were talking a little bit. We were talking a little bit earlier about how the popularity of girls' sports, especially basketball, is growing and stuff. And she's got an opportunity to make a ton of money on this one.
You guys you're gonna hate me for this, but I actually agree with Pete when I saw that video today, because I just saw it today, and that's the first thing I thought of is he was thinking about her image. First thing, and I know what you're saying is she's 23 or whatever. I don't know how old
she's 25. Oh wait, that's Cheryl Sue.
But LeBron, but if you do the comparison with LeBron's already getting his money. He's getting millions and millions and millions of dollars in shoe deals, and she might be as well.
And he's already known as a deuce, so it doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah,
but she's still going out to get her money. She hasn't even become pro yet to be able to get all that extra money and stuff. So
you
kind of
think the image is based on what she does to a ref or talking to a ref on a court? It's not like she got caught with a DBI, beating up her boyfriend.
No.
This is such a double standard. It's ridiculous.
It is a double standard.
No, it's a double standard for any level. If this was a man right now, we'd all be going. Oh, no.
His mom was yelling at him from the stands.
We would ignore it because it's part of the game.
Didn't work. Dunn's
mom. The only reason you saw is because ESPN.
What if she would have lost? Wait. What if she would have lost and then ran up into the stands and cried in her mom's arms?
Come on, Patrick Mahomes' brother was acting like a douche, and he basically told him to stop going on the sidelines and stuff. It's exactly the same idea. You want to protect your image at all costs.
Because now your money's coming from social media and
tell
everything.
her dad not to come to any more games. That's what you're saying.
It's not
it's not about coming to the games. It's about the way you act. Both the player and their crowd, their little entourage. Because you don't want who was that? Donitch's brothers? Was he the one? Who's the NBA guy who had his two brothers jumping on the court?
Jokic.
Yeah, basically the NBA put a stop to those guys. They're not around anymore, are they? You see them on the sideline anymore?
No, because they don't cover. They don't cover them anymore.
They're back home in the farm.
Yeah, because they're afraid that they're going to beat the shit out of half of the league. That's why.
The cameraman goes like this, and they go, and they go.
Not in my house.
Yeah. NBA's got a big problem right now anyway. So,
but it's an image thing, is what I'm getting
Absolutely.
at. They're trying to control all that stuff and make sure their images are right so they can get paid.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of social media. I mean, that's where her money's going to be made. I think a lot of it is, like we were talking about a couple weeks ago. It's your brand,
correct?
And that's part of her brand. Is she doesn't want to be known as some pain in the ass.
So that's the bad. Do you have a?
No, ugly.
That was your
ugly. I mean, just go back to the dad for a minute. I think we're being kind of cynical here, but I think his dad's just being dad, right?
But like he said though, but you don't see an NBA dad yelling at their guys.
He's not like saying to her. He's like he was scolding her.
Mm-hmm.
He was
He's telling her to stop complaining.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Parents are embarrassing.
So why did the networks have to zoom in on him? Why could they have just ignored it completely?
That's their game.
I understand that, but they're trying to expose.
And you know what though? Shouldn't he know better?
Yeah,
I think in the heat of the moment.
But it wasn't like one thing. It was a good 5-minute thing that went on in the game. You think a minute in, you'd be like, "Yeah, I better stop. The camera's probably going to catch me here. I just got to relax."
I mean, I can see it from all angles, but I understand that he's worried more about her brand. I think.
Right.
Well, she represents him, right?
I don't know what he does for a living.
I don't know.
And I don't think he's going to take her money. But at this point, I think she's fine without him.
Right. For sure.
If she wants to, she can say,
Right.
fuck you, I'm out of here.
Right.
I don't know.
She hasn't taken any NIL money from Iowa Collective. So all the money that she's made, the
State
1.1
Farm.
million, State Farm, Nike, can't remember is it Hy-Vee? What's the grocery store?
It's Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee's out there. Yeah.
Grocery store. So all the money that she's made is made from these endorsements. So
I will. Fun fact about Caitlin Clark: I was in the pool in Mexico with a couple that their daughter went to school with Caitlin Clark.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
nice
in Iowa.
It'd been way cooler if you were in the pool with Caitlin Clark.
That's where I thought he was going.
No, because I don't want to ruin my image when she's near me.
Her dad's yelled, "Get away from my daughter with your wiener!"
Stop!
Stay away from the man in the banana hammock.
He eerily looked like Jim Harbaugh too when he was doing that.
Look at that guy's
The
lips.
dad looked like
Earl.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
He looks like Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, he does
a
kind
little
of.
bit.
Can you imagine him? Get your chap lips away from my daughter.
burnt lips. Get it right.
Okay, Ed, you're ugly.
Sorry. Oh, my ugly. Well, let's keep it on ladies. MLB The Show. Have you seen this new gimmick they're doing now? Now they're putting women in the MLB The Show game.
Are they GMs?
No. Yeah, it's that lady from the Marlins. No, this idea is so revolutionary. It hasn't been done since Super Mega Baseball in 2014. And they're trying to make this thing out.
Who are the girls?
You can put yourself in there or anything like that.
That's no fun.
Here's my thing. Why don't they just make a good softball game? There's not one good softball. I'm not joking. There's girls softball everywhere.
Right.
Girls love
the only change maybe you can make a female instead of male. You guys make players in baseball
right.
games.
But they're trying to put them in.
Donnie Henson in there?
What?
Donnie Henson.
See, now
I
that
thought you
would
were
be
going to say that. I thought you were
Now
Bell.
that-
I thought you were going to be like, I swear
now
to God.
that would be
I
funny.
thought you were going to say they were doing them.
No, it's like you could. It's for like little girls to enjoy the game, and I understand it, but just make them a goddamn
What was
softball
his
game
sister's
that's
name?
awesome.
Dottie and
Oh, the
Kit.
Kit, yeah.
Dot
Tank
Kit.
Girl.
Yeah. Lori Petty.
No,
Yes.
but spend some of that money. You say you support women, make a goddamn game for them. They don't.
Right.
Is there a WNBA game?
Maybe pay women
I was just going to ask if there's an
a
NCAA
living
women's
wage to
basketball
help
game.
you develop it. Get some expert women softball players, pay them to help you develop a great game.
Well, they tried doing that professional women's softball league. There was one in Chicago.
Yeah.
So-
I think they still play, don't they?
Yeah.
They still play there, right?
Do they?
I think so, yeah.
It's right next to the Chicago Dog Stadium.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, just make a game for them
Right.
instead of trying to project them into Major League Baseball somehow. Girls throwing 97. It's like, oh, come on.
Well, in all fairness, when I was younger, I made players. I could throw 97 too.
I know.
Let's be in all fairness.
I know.
could do the same thing.
I understand that too, but it's like they made games for us. If you're really supporting girls that much, make a game for them.
nah,
They'll
then-
buy it,
nah,
right?
Then they got to make soccer and WNBA.
I guarantee there's a WNBA game. There's got to be.
You guarantee it? I bet you there
Jace,
isn't.
look it up, Jace.
I don't know. You think there would be?
Uh-huh.
Pete, what's your ugly?
Well, my ugly is kind of centered around the idea of change. Patrick Ewing, Jerry Stackhouse, Kevin Ollie. You got Jay Wright getting out of there. Mike Krzyzewski got out of there. On the football side, Nick Saban got out. They can't handle the NIL and the portal, and they want to change how everything's set up and run. I think that college basketball and football right now is extremely ugly because it's such a high cutthroat situation that if you don't win, your coaches are gone or they give up, in which case most of those guys got ran out of town. So
I got a question for you. Or is it that's a level playing field now? They're not great coaches like we thought they were.
well, a lot of them are ex-players.
Well, I'm just saying you have guys, and I'm not Coach K great. They're all great, but you give the same other guys the same talent.
Right. A lot of them couldn't hack it unless they had 5-star recruits and they stayed there. But now with the NIL money and with basically the way that all the talent spread out, these guys can't handle it anymore, and they're getting out. Calipari's getting ready to be run out of town right now.
Yep.
And he's got the best of the 5-star freshmen, but now they're criticizing him, saying he needs a mix of older guys and younger guys and get guys from the portal as well. His one way of recruiting and winning national titles hasn't worked in the last 5 years, and his fan base is ready to run him out of town. It's literally getting ugly out there for coaches, and they've done it to themselves, quite honestly.
I don't know off the top of my head, but in the last
So are you saying
5,
that
6 years has one of the blue blood programs won the national title?
I don't think so.
UConn won it.
I think
Are they
Carolina's been the
considered-
last blue blood that's won it.
I think it's just catching up with the way they do it.
I haven't heard of UCLA lately. I know Kansas hasn't won.
Well,
it.
UCLA hasn't been relevant in 30
Since
years.
that O'Bannon.
Right.
Indiana, nothing there.
No.
I mean, when you talk blue bloods, you're really talking about North Carolina and Duke right now.
Carolina, Duke, Kentucky. I would
Syracuse back in the day.
Kansas. I mean, you have to
Kansas is another one. I would actually put Michigan
Michigan State.
basketball. Yeah, Michigan State.
But even he's complaining. He wants a whole new system set up for the way the NCAA tournament is going.
NCAA really fumbled like the whole like NIL and the transfer portal.
I don't think they fumbled it. I just think there's a fallout right now, and everybody's trying to adjust. And what would have been like mid majors, like Wichita State, they get gutted every year. And then the big teams are taking the best kids and stuff, but they have to fuse
but that goes
together.
around. That transfers always right. Transfers have always happened. They just weren't able to be eligible right away unless they had a medical red shirt.
But the coach's responsibility is to blend all these players together in time for the tournament so they can first of all qualify, but then also get in and actually make a dent. Because like right now, Greg Gard's getting run out of Wisconsin. I don't see him coming back. The fallout with them losing to the way they did, based on the fact that they have players that have been in the program for 3 and 4 years, plus a couple of transfer guys that came in and they got ran out of the gym. They're calling for his job right now. They're expecting, and this might be Chris McIntosh, the AD, his fault as well, because he did the same thing in football. He got rid of a perfectly good coach in Chris to go to Luke Fickell with the idea of making the next leap. So now all the Wisconsin fans are like, okay, Greg Gard, he's really competitive. He gets them in the tournament every year. They do well. But when are we going to have a shot at winning a national title? Even though he got down there during the COVID year, he got down to the Final Four or whatever it was. The fans right now are livid, and in Wisconsin they want him gone.
Do you think Luke Fickell is better than Chris? Because I do.
So do I.
I'm not saying
It's
he's
a different
not,
system.
I'm not saying
I
he's
think
not better.
It's a now system.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not better. What I'm saying is
I'm sorry, I take it back. It's the system.
He was
I'm going with
promoted.
that.
The change was promoted as we're gonna bring in a guy who's gonna take us to the next level. Because good has been great, but it's not enough to make us, win the whole thing. We don't have a shot at it.
Well, the next level is getting your NIL collective and having enough money in there to get these 5-star recruits to come to Wisconsin. And that's not.
And now the Big Ten's even harder.
Right. The Big Ten's even harder now because you have UCLA, USC,
Oregon.
Washington, and Oregon.
The little five is pretty soft.
Right. But that's why I said sports. That's why I said this is just flat out ugly. I would have said it's bad, but now it's getting ugly because all these people have such high expectations for everybody.
Well, the fun fact, I just saw this here. I'm sure you guys saw it, but North Carolina's starting 5 is 22.6 years of age.
Right.
The Oklahoma City is 22.3.
Right.
So they're actually 0.4 or 3 years younger than the actual, and this, the one thing I will say though, we talk about, evening out. I think this is the first time since like only the 10th time or 12th time since the tournament started that the number 1 and 2 seeds have all made it to the Sweet 16.
Since 79.
Yeah, 79. 79. I'm sorry. Yeah. So 12 times, I think, or 10 times it's happened only. It's a very low number.
So
which I get why.
But this year there were 5 teams or 6 teams that won the conference tournament that weren't supposed to be included. So all those bubble teams didn't get in.
Right.
All the ones where all the upsets would have happened, they never made it in. So then when you match up the top 4 in each of the 4 divisions or 4 areas, they're playing against teams that probably shouldn't be there in the first place.
Like
and they had
Virginia.
a cakewalk.
Virginia as an at-large should have never got in.
They had a cakewalk through the top 4 seeds and whatever in each of the divisions. So,
well, Houston almost lost,
but they didn't.
But I'm just saying, there were some good games. I mean, there were some good games. It was
15 out of the 16
Tuesdays
games this weekend were won by the favorite. 15 out of 16.
And Vegas is pissed. They're getting killed.
They're getting killed
right now.
But that happened. Like every few years, that happens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not like it's everything goes in cycles. Like everyone's like, oh, the blue bloods are dead. Duke has for their 24-25 recruiting class, they have 4 5-stars and 2 4-stars. So if that was the case, they wouldn't be getting these guys like Cooper Flagg.
I don't think that's true though, because of the sponsorships. Like I was looking at Oregon before the NCAA tournament. I'm like, man, they're going out and they're grabbing guys that want to go to Oregon because of the flashiness and the relationship with Nike and all the uniforms and the promotion. I'm like, why would anybody want to go there?
Talking basketball or football?
Well, it's both, really.
Both,
but why would you want to go to Oregon if you just think
Isn't
about
Oregon
it?
got a terrible court?
Yeah, it's like trees.
But their facilities are top notch.
Top notch, yeah.
Right.
So then I'm like, why on earth? I mean, they get such great athletes in both basketball and football. And you're like, how? How is it even possible? Why would people want to go
Because
there?
of Uncle Phil, because of what he provides to those athletes.
But that's it. It's all about branding with Nike.
Right. Yeah, but that's been going on for 40 years. I mean, look back to Sonny Vaccaro and the sneaker wars with Nike and Adidas and Puma,
Converse.
But your original point was you're talking about like recruiting and what brings people there. I don't know who the coaches are there. I couldn't tell you that people are going there because of the coaching.
That was a point I was going to make. You would think they bring the coaches, top-notch coaches,
but they don't.
Yeah, but for years, coaches could jump from job to job to job, and then they would complain about loyalty for guys that don't stay for 4 years. So it's always been a hypocritical system. Like kids, and we're at the point in our lives too where we're seeing like generational kids come in, like Shepherd to Kentucky. I mean, I know this is a bad one, but like, you know, we're seeing like kids like Jamal Maxwell Jr.
To your point, I just heard that Glenn Robinson Jr. or the third, whatever he is, he lives in Atlanta, but he's going to be going to Purdue next year. He's one of their recruits to come in. So you're seeing a generational,
right? Absolutely.
The Marvin Harrison Jr. concept.
It's kind of a full circle thing here. Petey started this by, saying the coaches are all getting just hammered. It didn't really matter because all the money. And now we're back at almost the same thing, that it's the facilities and
right.
But is it the facilities?
Some of them for some schools it is.
That NIL money is attractive.
The Badgers are building all new facilities right now.
Northwestern's redoing their stadium and their athletic programs. Trying to think of Texas. Iowa State just redid theirs. Like you got to have the facilities to compete. I mean, I know it sounds.
Iowa put in new punting nets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
extra practice.
Yeah, UW Milwaukee got new nets.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Timmy, you're ugly.
You're ugly.
Timmy, they just said you're ugly.
I know.
Tell me something.
Nothing new.
Yeah, there was no comma in there.
I don't know which one to do here. So, which bag of worms do I open up? Let's do Kim Mulkey, my favorite women's college basketball coach.
You like her clothing, don't you?
So she, without being prompted, brought up in her press conference that she's going to sue the Washington Post because they're preparing a hit piece on her that they've been prepping for 2 years.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
She is an idiot. Are you afraid that the things that they're going to bring up are true? And which I think is the basis of it, where the player that has given her first 3 national championships was overseas in Russia and did not say a fucking word about it. So right there, that tells me what kind of character she is. And then to bring this up while you're making a run in the NCAA tournament, taking away if she's trying to do this, take away the pressure from her team. Come on, you're like the 3rd-ranked team in the nation, and to bring this up because
surprising, it doesn't seem like the fan of the spotlight.
Right? Yeah,
I just got an idea. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Right.
Trump's looking for a vice president. She likes the spotlight, and she's crazy.
Right.
They might,
Right. I mean, I know coaches do other things to take the spotlight from their team, but I mean, she's taking this on herself, and I just think that she's digging a bigger hole for herself by bringing this up. So, again, not my favorite, but again, let it come out and then deal with it. So, I mean, coaches get stuff written about them every day. You have thick enough skin to take an article written about you.
Must be really good.
Yeah,
that's a sign of the times, though. It's happening everywhere. These people got thin skin.
But again, when was the last time any athlete has said, "Oh yeah, I love Kim Mulkey. She did this, this, and this for me."
Oh, good point.
Well, it's amazing how many people she got on that transfer to come this year.
Right, and then she lost one without she had a girl transfer from NC State, Maryland, whatever. Played 4 games, didn't hear back from her. All of a sudden, she's in the transfer portal.
Right,
no explanation.
Yeah, maybe she's just a good bullshitter to get them there.
Well,
we were told the same. I mean, I went to college. Hey, come here and play for us. You get there, and there were 80 fucking freshmen there.
Right,
80.
Listen,
in a D3.
Right. That's a philosophy and a formula that some D3 colleges use in order to get tuition money from everybody. They promise them all. There's a team in town that has 85 freshmen every year, and they're all promised that they'll play.
Yeah.
And then
It's
15 of them do, and the rest
probably the same team we're talking about.
I'm sure it is. I just don't. I just don't like it. I don't understand.
All those debate teams are pretty feisty. Oh, we're not talking about
When's the last time 3,000 or 83,000 people showed up for a match?
Yeah.
I just think the LSU coach is going to get busted out in a year or two. Once people are away from the program, the ones that are currently in it, I think that the can of worms will open up and they'll just let it go.
I think they've already opened up and they've been like pushed. Like the biggest thing was she didn't like the fact that her players were lesbians, and that was a big thing for her at Baylor, and that was part of the reason why she went to LSU. So I think that's going to come out. And
she freaking dresses like Liberace for Christ's sake.
And she doesn't like lesbians,
right?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that much about. Right. She does dress like Liberace. You think she would be all?
I remember Kim Mulkey when she played for La Tech.
She make Liberace blush.
Right.
She brought her piano.
I mean, really, you want to talk about like a legacy player, legacy coach. I mean, here's a woman that's really could have, help gain the popularity of women's basketball, and I think she's giving it a black eye. So,
all right, that's enough about her.
Right.
She sounds like a bad person.
Ugly Willie.
I'm going to get off the politics here. I'm just going to talk about a game and a team here real quick. I think I turned it on and watched part of it, and then I had it was great to watch Charles Barkley talk about this team.
Bunch of knuckleheads.
Grand Canyon University, 32% from the field, missed 14 free throws, turned the ball over 14 times, and gave up 20 rebounds.
So you're going to criticize someone for having a bad game?
The whole team, the whole second half, it was all one-on-one. He said, I don't think there was maybe 5 passes in the whole second half from that team. It's how bad it was.
How did they get in there?
Won the tournament.
Won the tournament, and they won a game.
Not at large.
And they won a game.
Not an automatic bid. They won a game. They
won a game to get that.
They won a game, yeah. So,
yeah. And Barkley was just talking about how bad they were at it. So I had to look up the stats on it. I'm like, holy cow. He's right.
Did he criticize Kentucky?
It wasn't that game. He was just talking about the game at hand.
I'm just saying
because he played, and then they played Alabama, and I forget he called Alabama a different team or something like that because he knew it was going to piss Justin Thomas off because he golfed there.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I think Charles was not ripping, but criticizing pretty fairly throughout the.
No,
tournament.
He was. Absolutely.
I don't think he's picking on anybody.
No, but those stats.
Yeah, they don't lie.
Well deserved, right?
Oh yeah, that's definitely an ugly game.
I mean, I think Charles Barkley is one of those guys. It's not that I agree with maybe half the stuff he says, but it's still I respect him because he says what he's thinking, and he gets away with it for some reason. Where if I said
not really
those
getting
things,
away
I'd
with
be
anything.
fired.
I mean, I don't think anything he said was really untrue. But
not on this stuff, but I mean,
right.
He has over the years, and he gets away with. Some
and if you wore a suit, you get away with a lot more.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I really do.
I wore my best flannel today.
Got his Canadian tuxedo on. Oh wait, wrong one.
Scott, where are we at? Bad?
Yeah, my bad is Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders prepping for next year. Already saying none of his players will play for certain teams, and he wants them to all go. He's like named 4 or 5 teams: Cowboys, Niners,
Pittsburgh,
and the last team he names is the Redskins. I'm like, that's the team you're going to pick to go to? The Redskins. The Redskins are
the Commanders.
Commanders. I'm like, I get the Cowboys because they're one of the big franchises. I get Niners; they're competitive, but the Commanders, I was like, because he
played there.
I just don't get this. Isn't it in a way tampering? Like you're just telling people, don't draft me. I'd be fired as GM in about a year because I would do this. I draft these guys when they say I want to play. Oh, got your rights. Don't play NFL football. Don't get paid.
Right.
Your call.
Right. Or
go play XFL.
Call the other GMs. Be like, don't draft them.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is you should be happy.
Right.
You get to play in the NFL,
it's a privilege.
or NBA or MLB or what. MLB is different because you just want to get in the league and hope.
Yeah,
you just want to play.
You ain't pulling that shit in Major League Baseball.
No.
Or hockey.
To be honest, I don't see many NBA guys do it either. They just get drafted and they go. They don't really go out there and go up. NFL is the worst one of all.
Right. It's been rare for the NBA because it's all guaranteed. It's guaranteed contracts.
And they've only had like 3 or 4 guys that have been real huge Elway, man.
Right.
So it's not like it happens all the time.
And I'm going to make an addendum because in baseball during the draft, they do have certain limits on the things. And that's how the Cubs got Pryor and the Twins ended up, I think it was Joe Mauer at the time.
Right.
because it's not that those guys are demanding they're going to go there, but I want $4 million. You only got so much to spend.
Oh, so they kind of put him in a corner.
Well, some of the best players are drafted in the 6th or 7th spot sometimes.
Joe Mauer made it force-weighted Twins. It's a hometown boy.
Well, and if it's the A's, the Padres, a bunch of teams that aren't spending much, just say the Rays,
and your future might not be great.
The Yankees are sitting at 7. A lot of times, that best player is going to drop to them,
right?
Because they'll pay it.
Oh yeah,
right. Yep. Or you have like team owners making passes at your mom. The Eric Lindros story for NHL.
Yeah.
So the owner of the Quebec Nordiques made a comment about Eric Lindros' mom in French, and Eric Lindros could speak fluent French.
Did you hear that? Il y a du monde au balcon?
Yeah. He called his agent right away. So I'm not playing here ever. So
that's the only good French I know.
Nice.
Je ne comprends pas.
So
je ne sais pas.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders, next coach of the Cowboys, said that. So.
Did you see the press conference for that when he was talking about them? He's like, "You don't think I don't know people in the NFL? You don't think I know GMs? You don't think who fucking cares?
Everybody knows those people."
Right.
I bet Dan Marino knows GMs. I bet all these other guys know GMs.
Exactly.
They don't go around going, I don't want.
Right.
I'm going to tell the players at the school, all the players that went to Pitt, Dan Marino's going to walk and go, I'm going to tell them not to go to these places. I'm going to go to Pitt every year and say, don't go here.
Right.
If you get drafted, do not. It's a privilege.
Right.
It really is a privilege.
I mean, guys have done it before. I mean, we got Eli Manning and
Elway.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened.
And Caleb Williams.
Didn't Bo Jackson do it? Too? Yeah, Bo Jackson did it too.
Well, Bo Jackson pretty much. Yeah, he did what you said. I will not play for
that. He told them. He said, "Don't draft me,"
because they tampered with his eligibility.
Yes, they tried to. Yeah,
the Buccaneers did.
The Buccaneers did. Right.
They screwed him over, and he was like,
good
for Bo. That's why Bo's
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that. There's a reason behind that.
Right.
That's why Bo's a legend.
I'm okay with saying that I want to play for a team because you made a pass to my mom. I have no problem with that at all.
And Bo Jackson, back to him, he could just play baseball only. So he actually had different levers. He's not saying I want to play football, but I want to pick the team.
Yeah.
He's saying screw you, I'll go play another sport. And there's plenty of guys that have done that. They've leveraged one against the other.
Todd Helton.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Kyler, yeah.
Russell Wilson's another one.
Russell, yeah.
I mean, you could keep going,
but he didn't really.
Rusty Wilson.
Nobody thought he was going to be as good.
I think Russell Wilson wanted to play football instead anyway.
Yeah.
He'd rather play football. I think.
How dumb is the NC State coach? Like, hey, you need to stay and not play baseball this summer and stay and actually learn the playbook. Nope, I'm transferring. I'm done.
Yeah,
good for Wisconsin.
Yeah,
should have won a national championship, but I'll digress from that.
So you're bad, Ed.
Oh, my bad. Willie will know this. Dickie Dunn died at 88 years old.
Dickie Dunn died?
Remember Dickie Dunn?
Yes.
Actor M. Emmett Walsh. You guys know that, right? Dickie Dunn?
I think I do. I think I read about this.
Shot.
The worst hockey movie you ever seen?
One of Willie's cousins?
Yeah, he's a character actor.
Stop it.
The Kenosha guy?
No, he's a character actor. He was in Slapshot, Serpico, Fletch, Raising Arizona, Back to School, Alice's Restaurant, Blade Runner, The Jerk.
What's he look like?
In The Jerk, remember The Jerk, that movie?
I saw, but I don't know.
He was the madman shooting at the cans. Catch Me If You Can. And he was on chairman of the board. And board was spelled Bored. You guys know that joke?
I get it.
The Norm Macdonald joke?
Yeah, I get it.
Because Carrot Top?
Yeah.
So, yeah. You got to know the joke.
Oh, yeah. I saw he died.
He's in tons of shows.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Emmett Walsh.
Yep. Petey, you're bad.
Well, mine comes back with MLB again. I'm not really even understanding why they do the dumb things. They thought the baseball together. Now they decided that there's a new rule that if a fielder's fielding a ball like on a steal, the guy's stealing second. If you have a foot in front of up the baseline and not the ball in your hand, they're going to call guys safe, even though their ball beats them by 10 feet. And it's just idiotic. And now that was the second base play was the first thing that showed up. Now it's starting to show up with catchers at home. So they're waiting for a ball to come down.
Say it again.
Yeah, I want
to block the base. That's the rule.
If you have your foot in front of the base where it's not a clear path, then they're calling that obstruction. They're giving a guy second base or they're giving him home.
So what he's saying, I think what he's saying here is before the ball reaches you, if you step in front of the bag, they're calling it not a clear path.
In any way, though.
Even the ball is beat you by 15 feet.
If the ball then gets there,
right,
But you're standing in front of the
standing in
base.
front of the bag before it gets there.
Right.
So you're pretty much got to go out of your way, catch the ball, and then come back.
Or straddle the base.
Or straddle, which I always straddled at second base
But-
anyways.
I bet you straddle a lot of things.
No, just second.
But it actually showed up now with catcher. So I don't know how a catcher's supposed to do it because usually they come up in front of the
They step
up
up
the
in
line.
front anyways.
But if they have their foot in front of home plate, if they're dragging their left foot behind them as they go to reach for a ball and do a swipe tag, they're calling guys safe at the plate.
So what the unwritten rule always was, you'd get spiked or whatever.
Right.
We even used to do it. It's kind of put your foot there as you're waiting for the ball. You kind of cheat it a little bit, and hopefully the ball gets there quick enough where you can still get the tag down as the guy's hitting your foot or whatever.
I think there should be a rule for Major League Baseball that if you get hit by a pitch, you have 15 seconds to do whatever you want, and then you can walk to the bag. you get beaned, fucking run out there and take a swing, and then you can run to the base.
Yeah, you get beaned, you ain't running anywhere. Not in this league.
So I don't really understand what the motivation is, though. Was there a lot of contact? Was there somebody that got their ankle broken? Because if I'm a runner and I'm sliding into a guy at second base, you're taught to catch, especially on double plays. You're taught to catch and jump out of the way,
Over the top.
But when you're covering for a steal and a guy is sliding in there, I just don't understand it. It's not like they're laying their leg down. They're going to get spiked one way or the other. And then there's no actual contact. So is it obstruction if there's no contact, or is it just obstruction because they can't see where where the base is? So that's coming out.
You should call Angel Hernandez. He'll know.
No,
that's
didn't they change the catching rule a few years ago too? Like
no contact,
right?
Yeah.
Which I can understand the catching thing kind of.
So,
That's dangerous.
I mean, Pete Rose killed a guy in an All-Star game for crying out loud.
Ray Fosse, and then
He
you
was never
got
the
Buster Posey got racked up. Good, remember he busted his leg.
I can understand the catcher thing because they're kind of unprotected and looking from.
But
every other base, first base is safe. It's second and third. It's mostly second, honestly. But
in this particular case, you're kind of blind when you're going for a ball that's coming from the catcher, trying to figure out where the base is to be able to tag a runner.
Yeah.
And so that being said, I think it's going to have a huge impact on a few games, and there's going to be people that are just irate and
I agree.
a lot of fallout. So I think
who's going to be the first manager to get kicked out over that call?
Here's the thing: it's already interference. If he hits the guy's foot before the ball gets there, it's already.
I'm going to go a Boone.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
Safe bet.
He's got good ones. Yeah, he gets thrown out nice.
I just think it's a bad rule. That's my bad.
I agree.
It's a good one. My bad is Anthony Edwards is not the next Michael Jordan. That's it. Thank you.
Come on, Willie. Hurry up.
Are you done? Okay. All right.
Jeez.
Honestly,
He said he was done.
I'm going to follow with Pete. I'm going to talk about bad rules. Let's talk about the hip drop tackle. Oh, my God. You know what? Can you imagine how long these games are going to be? Is it going to be reviewable? You know, how crazy is it going to be? You know, these guys are taught to tackle a certain way.
Right.
I understand there's injuries that happen, but there's injuries can happen at any time, you know,
And they're saying if it's not being flagged in the game, they'll still get fined for it.
So was Bo Jackson's injury that ruined his athletic career? If you remember him going up the sideline, was that a hip?
No.
That wasn't a hip tackle.
It was him being so strong that he yanked the dude with him and tore his hip.
Because his hip came out of socket.
He tore it out of socket himself. I think they said his own strength did it to him.
But it wasn't that kind of a tackle.
No.
Because I wondered that. I mean, arguably the greatest athlete of all time, and he gets tackled, and I just thought that maybe there's some similarities.
No, like he got tackled from behind the guy. He was trying to drag the guy for a couple extra yards and just popped out,
So
I guess.
can we explain this tackle? Is this where you grab the guy and kind of
slide? Why don't Ed, you and Scott get up on top of the table for the viewers and show them what a hip tackle?
Now with his chap lips.
Willie, you volunteer? No.
Yeah, Tim's going to tackle me.
You guys have a bottle of Malort.
I broke my hip.
Get after it.
I was just getting on a table.
End up in a tickle fight again.
Oh boy!
All right,
are we on the good now? Finally,
yeah, finally.
All right, said my good.
What was your good?
The 1 and 2 seeds making it to the Sweet 16 for the
Who?
first time. 1 and 2 seeds all in the Sweet 16. That was
Nice.
my good. I said it.
Yeah.
Already. So
That's very good.
interesting.
It's all the best competition now, so it should be a fun.
That's the way it should
finish.
be, right?
Should be a fun finish.
Just like I just saw the chalk going on the regional in the women's.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've got two quick goods. First, the PPA channel on Roku. You guys watched it yet?
The pickleball?
Professional pickleball.
Yeah.
So I was watching again today.
Overrated.
It's pretty good. I've never played, but it's fun to watch. And my real good is Joe Rogan's response to Neil Young coming back to Spotify after Neil Young just badmouthed, I'm leaving because Joe Rogan's on there spreading misinformation and all this stuff, which Rogan's just talking to people.
Right.
And it's like, this is what we're going to do. He just talks and talks. And Neil Young, I'm getting off of Spotify. It's not worth it. 1 year later, well, I've got to come back, I
have electric cars to pay for.
It's like, it's great.
Hey, man.
He lost.
Money wins every time.
Yep, he lost. And he's like, well, people want to hear my music, and it's not fair to them not to hear my music.
Okay.
Because Joe Rogan spread misinformation.
Right. It wasn't the $5 million a year I was missing out on.
And then Rogan responds, goes, it's good to know he has ethics. So
I like Rogan.
I know.
He's a great conspiracy theory.
Yeah, he's fun to listen. I mean, he's talking 2.5 hours. I mean, like us.
Right.
I mean, obviously he's not as good as us, but obviously.
Right.
But it's still interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
He's got different types of guests. We got Pete.
Right. Gets Elon Musk on there. I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, we got Pete.
Right. True.
And Pete's on the spectrum, so
he's on something.
My ADHD's kicking in.
Pete, you're good.
This is really tough for me.
You're good.
My good. This goes back to our childhood, I think, at least mine. And the Taste Great, Less Filling commercials are going to start coming back. JJ Watt is the first guy that showed up, but I could see a cameo from Euchre. I could see the softball game and all the crazy commercials that we used to watch all the time and stuff. And it's going to be interesting to see what retired athletes are going to partake in that. I think it's a stroke of genius to finally bring it back.
Or is it we're going to have ideas like movies have?
I don't know.
It's a great idea, though.
It's a remake, and like I said, I'm very curious to see who ends up being in there.
Not going to be as good as Roadhouse remake.
Is there going to be I must be in the front row. Euchre sitting way in the back.
Rodney.
Yeah, or Rodney. Yeah, well, Rodney ain't going to be in there. Who would be the comedian now?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Who are all the characters?
They put me up here this way up. You got one?
Scusi, babidi boopy.
Che cosa?
Babidi boopy. Babidi boopity babidi babidi.
Che cosa?
Awesome.
I love that.
So is that your good, Petey?
Yeah, that's definitely good. Bringing back an old school commercial.
Hell yeah.
Regis
I
doing
saw
it a
that,
different way.
and he had the nice cheesy stash going too.
Yeah, he looked good. He actually did.
Tim, you're good.
The fact that the NCAA tournament's on, it's been a glorious week of basketball. So I probably watched more basketball in the last week than I have in the last probably 3 years, which has been fun. It's been fun watching these lower level Division I programs, like Grand Canyon University. Thinking of LeBron James high school coach taking Duquesne.
Yeah.
First win in like 70 years, 50, whatever.
It's Duquesne.
It's Duquesne.
LeBron bought them all shoes, by the way.
Yeah.
New
That's pretty
kicks,
cool.
yeah.
Right. So
Did anybody get to a sports book other than Scott? You probably put money down in Vegas, right?
Yeah. I didn't win.
Right.
You bet on the Cubs to win the World Series?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
I have thought about going to Potawatomi and trying to throw some stuff down up there, but
just
Could
download
have went down to Waukegan.
yeah, is that nice, by the way?
Just download
I heard
DraftKings
it's
and go
supposed
across the border to Illinois. You can make bets online.
I tried,
Yeah.
it didn't work.
You can go to
just do it all the time.
down the road here. It'll start.
You gotta go
Yeah.
past the state line.
Yeah.
I went down into Antioch and I couldn't get it to work, so I gave up.
That's
like,
different.
yeah.
That's a different country.
Right. And then now the silly season, all these coaches going to new programs, like the Washington State coach is going to Stanford, and I think the James Madison coach is going to Vanderbilt. So
And the FAU coach is going to Michigan.
is he?
Yeah.
That's a
he just-
great hire.
he just
Yes.
went.
That's a really good hire.
Yep.
Even though he's not a Michigan man, it's still a good hire.
Yep.
That's my good.
That's fine. All right. My good is the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies
Nice.
and Pewaukee own Jack Golke, right?
I thought it was Danny
Yeah.
Golke.
Jack Golke.
Jack.
Yeah,
okay.
that guy was on
Jack
fire.
Golke. That guy was on fire. That was a great game to watch.
That's a great good. It really is.
It-
And they're coached, by the way, 40 years in the program.
Yes.
And whether they win or lose, apparently he just keeps coming back, so
Right.
which is good.
I think he makes like $389,000 a year.
Their NIL's got to be fucking huge.
It's gonna be.
Well,
Scott's got a picture with the Golden Grizzlies.
With the Grizzlies
mascot. Yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time they were in the tournament?
We were up.
We
in
were
Milwaukee.
there with
That's
them.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
We went to the bar, and I think we're doing shots of Malort there.
Yeah, it might have been that same
On
day.
purpose?
Yeah, first time we had it.
Not a bet.
That was the first day we ever had Malort. It was like, was it 2011?
And McGillicuddy's.
Yeah. Yep.
I do have a bad. I want to now that I remembered from the NCAA tournament, Detroit having games and Milwaukee not. I think
Milwaukee's next year.
Milwaukee's
rotate
next
them,
year.
yeah.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
they
rotate,
They
yeah.
rotate.
Why? Because the dead bodies they found inside of the plumbing and all that.
At Ford Field.
Yeah.
Jeez. I can't even believe
You know
that's
why?
real.
You know why?
I
they
can
found-
believe it's real.
They found him in there because this fucking guy.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
What is that?
You know who
Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Oh, is it? Well, man.
Where have you been in a tunnel?
Greatest coach in the NFL, hands down.
Play
He's
that.
our
Play
friend.
that. Play that again.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
I really thought it was Barack Obama. To be honest with you, play it again. Seriously, play it again.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
How do you think that's Obama? Obama's like, yo, blood, what's up? No.
That was his exit interview with Joe Biden.
Sorry, I brought it up. The voice sounded. Anyway.
I see what you're saying. He's got that nasal sound.
A little
nasal, yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Thank
sorry. My joke's from I stole from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Holy shit! They still make York peppermint patties.
Oh, Jersey with D's.
Get the fuck out of here.
D's like, oh, here I got an Obama impression. It's like, yeah, blood. What's it? It's like so. They're like, dude, that's so racist. She just doesn't.
I don't get it.
Yeah. So.
This is Nick Sirianni from Hard Knocks.
Scusi, babida boopy? Che cosa? Babida boopy? Babida boopida babida babida.
See, they made a big deal because he didn't make it to the NFL meetings.
Eberflus was one in that picture.
Yeah, there's like four guys that weren't there, and
Yeah.
they're all like, "Why aren't these guys there?"
I don't know. I think because the GM's going stuff too, so it doesn't matter. Or maybe
Right.
they just didn't make the picture. Who knows?
Do you see the picture of Jerry Jones going around with the scribbling from a notepad? It's nothing. It's all like him, like
just doodling.
Right. And there's like one, I should have said it, but there's one thing on X that said, "Oh, see, Jerry's all in."
He's playing Tetris by himself. I don't know.
He's playing Hangman.
I mean, literally,
Hangman by himself.
Yeah, literally, you look at it and it's like all these little spirals. There's no like writing down or nothing. Like,
Who was that?
Jerry Jones.
Well, yeah, Hangman. Who do you have on there? Mike McCarthy.
Tic tac toe. I kept going cat.
So I think we'll start off. We'll start the rest of the show up, and I think Jace. It's probably way off now because we've heard a lot more, but I think Jace recorded something about Ohtani.
Oh,
so I'm gonna play it and make sure that I think this is it. I wonder how many hours.
I just want to go on record and say that he said he didn't do it. I believe him. Let's move on.
So Shohei Ohtani. If you haven't heard,
how long is this going to be?
Well, first off, congratulations to Shohei. Just recently married. Congratulations. But let's get to the worst part of things for him right now. So Shohei Ohtani's now interpreter and long-time best friend, Ippy Mizuhara, has been fired by the Dodgers amid charges of theft and fraud as he supposedly stole $4.5 million to cover a gambling debt that he owed to an illegal bookie in South Carolina, all in Shohei Ohtani's name. Now, here's where things get interesting. And these are not my theories. I really don't have one, but this is what a lot of other people have talked about.
You didn't tell me to put on a tinfoil
What
hat.
was that?
Oh,
So Shohei Ohtani.
There it goes.
I can't listen.
Oh, I want to hear the theories.
I don't know how to get to that spot. I hit the wrong button.
Obviously.
So Shohei Ohtani.
I think you just lost Hop.
Well, let's start. So he started out with what happened. So let's go. So today is press conference. It was basically say he had no idea it happened. He has never bet in any sport ever. In his ever, he's never bet in any sport. Ohtani said that was his comments today.
No curling, no dart ball, no bowling,
pickleball. But he named
pickleball. No pull tabs.
Yeah.
His fantasy team.
So what is everybody's thoughts on the Shohei Ohtani? I don't know. We don't know what it is. Really.
I think it's going to be a disaster for baseball.
It already is a disaster for baseball.
And
it's
now
not going to be. It is a disaster.
And now he comes out with this statement that he's never even looked at another game on TV or whatever.
Okay.
He's never even been to Vegas.
Listen,
on vacation.
The truth is that all these sports, gambling is the biggest part of all of it. If you look at the NCAA tournament, there's gambling built in. If you look at FanDuel and DraftKings for football, it's built in. I mean, we go through and we have teams in Vegas now. They're promoting it all over the place. Sports wouldn't probably exist, in my opinion, at least to the level without some sort of gambling on the side. You look at all the people at the table here, and every one of us has gambled in one way or another.
Not me.
Yeah, you just got done telling me fantasy baseball, it's a gamble.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do is fantasy.
But still,
I have a DraftKings
just like
account.
sex. Oh, what?
A DraftKings account.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
one in Wrigley Field now.
Right.
They built one in there.
Right.
They had to put an addition on a landmark to put a FanDuel in or whatever.
Right.
DraftKings.
So I don't understand why this is such a big deal. They can't prove that he threw a game.
There's compelling evidence that he might have.
If there was, he'd be suspended by now. If there's compelling,
No, there wouldn't.
Got to investigate, man.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out.
It's gonna take the whole year.
I just don't.
Congress is going to get involved. It'll take forever.
I just don't think it's going to matter at this point because there's so much gambling embedded in.
Yeah, but tell P. Rose that.
Yeah.
Well,
and the Black Sox and every or Paul Horning,
Jameson Williams,
Paul Horning, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
these
but Jameson Williams didn't bet on football. He bet in the facility, which is
there's rules.
I understand there's rules.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's for the integrity of the game.
For him to be suspended for the whole year is
why,
ridiculous.
You know why boxing isn't so big anymore? I mean, it's still big, but it's not like
fixed.
Because it was fixed.
Right.
Well,
it's worse than wrestling.
Look at Donahue or whatever in basketball. He was refereeing games and they're making money on it left and right. And people gloss that one over.
That's why what's his name got fined $100,000 for doing the money sign. Center for the Timberwolves.
Garnett?
No. Rudy Gobert.
Oh, Gobert?
Sacre bleu. Gobert.
Oh my
yeah, so the NBA's got there's it.
It's everywhere.
I understand what you're saying. Is it's like pot though. You still can't be like growing pot in Wisconsin just because Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, and Michigan are. It's still against the law. That's their rules. I mean, they have rules.
So this.
So we're comparing sports gambling to pot. Is that what we've come down to?
No, I think sports gambling's way worse. I really do.
So basically, this was an assistant interpreter, and he was hired through the Dodgers, but it was his buddy because it's a Dodgers employee. That's why they fired him. Obviously, we understand.
How long has he been in the United States?
Who, Ippy?
Both of them. 6 years.
I don't know.
7 years.
He was somebody else's translator before too.
No, I'm talking about
Ichiro.
No, he had a guy. I think it was Machido.
How many years?
Whatever,
how many years was you with the Angels?
I think it's 5 or 6, and then he was like 3 years before that on the Red Sox. I think.
I'm talking about the player.
Oh, Ichiro? Or Jesus, now you got me doing it, you dummy.
Ohtani.
He was
He's been here for 6 years, right?
That's like 5.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that he doesn't know any English or.
Clearly, he's got an interpreter.
Well,
help.
Did you hear the story though? Like the weird thing about the interpreter, what he did to him in the locker room in Korea. There was a thing. They were all in the locker room, and something came up, and basically the interpreter started telling people in the locker room.
The question came up, and he said everything's fine. Oh.
He started pinning all the stuff on Ohtani. Yeah, that wasn't me. That's his stuff, and started saying, "Oh, and Ohtani didn't really understand. But he kind of did." So he took him aside after,
right?
And then they all came out then right away. So, wow, they were saying that the guy's trying to cover his feet for taking the money, but what assistant has
access to $4.5 million to your boss's money, other than Matt Moore?
And here's the other thing. Ohtani was supposedly blindsided by this in Korea, but he had already hired a fixer, like a Hollywood fixer,
right?
Mr. Wolf,
like a week before that.
Ray Donovan was his name. Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan.
Okay.
How was he blindsided?
Right.
Nice. That was better than that was almost as good as my LeBron
What?
joke.
I didn't say anything. I just asked, how is he blindsided?
That was as good as my LeBron joke earlier.
You had a LeBron joke?
His dad.
No.
But yeah, he never went to his games. But so he already had hired a fixer a week before. Supposedly he's blindsided by this. Then it comes out that the interpreter said, Ohtani helped me with my gambling debts.
Right.
Then Ohtani hired attorneys. They came in and said, "Oh no, that didn't happen."
Right. There's
that
been
guy
4 changes to the story.
Yeah, this is not good.
Right.
And now Ohtani comes out and is like, "Oh, stupid Americans! I didn't do nothing."
Right.
Ask Brian Braun to vouch for me.
Right.
I mean,
it's concerning that Major League Baseball has not said he's under investigation because he should be. And he
They are investigating the situation, they said.
Okay.
They did say that.
Right.
But
finally,
not
after they said they're not going to investigate, then all of a sudden this just is going. It's a snowball rolling downhill. Now.
There's just too much to lose internationally with the audience that they have for,
I
for
agree.
him to
Right.
for him to go to.
So I think
maybe you know what? Maybe he'll retire and play basketball for a year and come back.
He'll just go play in Japan. He's got that option.
Right.
I think this is bigger than Pete Rose. Pete Rose was a coach, degenerate gambler, which, I mean, again, he could fix games or whatever.
Right.
But he was a coach. His career was over. This guy just won his second MVP in 3 years.
Right.
Well,
he's one of the biggest athletes in the world.
Right.
Timmy brought up a good point because he basically talked about Jordan there. But was Jordan's dad murdered because of his gambling?
That's the rumor.
We don't know.
Well,
we'll never know.
We won't know. But is this more or less than that? I mean, how bad was Jordan?
Like, so what happens if he's found that he was gambling on sports, but it wasn't baseball? You know what I mean?
Well, he's a liar then.
Yeah. Then he's Ryan Braun.
He screwed himself because he didn't just bet on sports and
or
every
Sammy Sosa,
like every steroid guy
every guy
ever played.
So, when it wasn't even illegal, they got banned, or blackballed.
Right.
But they lied.
Yeah,
they lied.
I
didn't do it.
Right.
Well, it's bad, lying or using drugs.
They're both bad. I mean, I think his credibility's after I haven't seen the interview yet today. Obviously, he didn't take any questions. I'm guessing, right?
No, it was a straight.
Because there's no way he's taking a question.
But the bottom line is because he got married, this all happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Once you invite a woman into your house, this is what happens. Your life just goes to shit. He just got $700 million deferred contract. His life's over now.
Ed's opinions are Ed's and Ed's alone. I take no responsibility for any of it.
I keep forgetting to do that every week.
It's my disclaimer for being on the show. Is
Too
I don't
late.
agree with anything that comes out of Ed's mouth usually.
Taking you guys all down with me.
Or goes in it.
It's like scuba diving, man. We're going down, and I'm the only one breathing oxygen right now. I'm pulling you all down with me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think the MLB. I don't know. They've got a problem. I think it's. I maybe I agree with Peter. They're going to let it go away, and I think it's unfair to Pete Rose. I really do. I think it's crappy because I understand I get it. He got caught. I understand, but the problem is, I mean, just by sweeping under the rug doesn't mean you can't. They're not trying to catch him. It seems like.
No, they don't want to.
That's the problem.
Oh,
you were okay catching Pete Rose. And the
they
problem
have
is
$700 million invested in him.
There's more than $700 million.
Well, whatever.
Even if Ohtani is caught and only gets a year suspension or they do that, there's still outside chance Pete Rose is still locked where he is because they've always said Faye Vincent banned him and we won't let him because we're going to keep his wishes. He banned him. And
I think there's a lot more that's unwritten that we don't know about with Pete Rose because he was such a not a degenerate necessarily with the gambling is bad. I think it's just his attitude towards the commissioner. I think that's really where it stems from.
He wouldn't admit it, right?
And baseball is tough on guys. Like you look at Ted Williams, all the shit he got just for being an asshole to reporters.
He should have been an asshole to reporters at Boston.
I agree.
Like if
I'm not, and I like Pete Rose. I mean, I've got every baseball card he's got except his rookie card.
But you got guy. Well, the problem with the whole thing, it's how the generation you're into. Because Ty got Babe Ruth are pieces of shit,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I bet you I bet you a ton of money. They gamble on their own sports and they got away with it.
Even Michael Jordan's probably a piece of shit. He's a degenerate gambler. Like you said, might have got his dad killed, got him kicked out of basketball, so he had to go play baseball.
I know it's Jordan though. It might have just been. I don't even know what the dets were. It might have been debts to guys for. He likes to gamble on everything.
We don't. He gambles on everything.
Yeah. So
right. The whole thing that brought it up is that he had this like $500,000 golfing debt to some unsavory gentleman.
It's possible.
He couldn't pay for it.
It's very well. It's not.
It's my shoe money.
No, he paid it, and the check came up, and they questioned why this guy's got a $500,000 check.
You don't know how many of these guys that too. It's like, what are you gonna do? I'm Michael Jordan. You can't do shit to me.
Down payment on my house.
Yeah, but it happens,
right? But I mean, again, too, is Japanese culture. I mean, what happens if he's lying?
That's the problem. Very honorable there, so I think he would. I know. Here's a problem. They're honorable until there's close to $1 billion on the line.
Right.
Correct.
If I get caught, that contract's void. I'm done.
So,
that thing has made enough money. Oh, it's void.
I know the contract would get voided, but he's still, unless he's going to get banned for numerous years, and people would bring him back. Because I'm just looking online before we got here. They're saying that Trevor Bauer might be signing with the Yankees. With the Yankees,
the Cubs should sign him today.
Whomever,
Right.
But I mean, in the end, it's kind of like this image that you're talking about, whether he's gambling or not gambling, or whether Bauer did what Bauer did, or whatever. You got guys that they're basically ostracized. They're out of different leagues and stuff. Like, who was the running back that got that beat a chick up in the elevator?
Which
Ray
one?
Rice.
None of those guys can come back.
Wait, which one?
Well,
Kareem Hunt.
Actually, Alvin Kamara is the worst one because
Here's the problem.
Tyreek Hill was the worst one, wasn't he?
But
He's
here's
not
the-
a running back,
But here's
dummy.
it's the same double standard. Ray Rice gets suspended and gets blackballed. Kareem Hunt went back to kick a girl. He had to be held back after kicking her once, and he got to play again.
Right.
It's a weird league.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So when you look at Ohtani and the amount of money they have invested, but he's such a global personality, I don't think baseball could afford to lose him. So they're going to find a way. It comes down to money.
No player is larger than a sport. I don't care what you say.
I agree.
Except for a guy that's
How many
a Cy Young quality pitcher
Doesn't
at
matter.
one point and hits 40 home runs on the other side.
So how come Trevor Bauer's got blackballed the way he has? And he told you everything that happened. He told you, here's what happened.
think, honestly,
I did everything she said, but she was asking for it, and there's proof that she's done this before.
Because his behavior is that of an adult, and so you're alienating all the kids within your program, and so you're losing families. Baseball must be a family event, a family or
They want to know about your
experience.
bedroom things.
plus he was accused of similar acts as well before that, and I think that's part of the reason why she did what she did, thinking that she could get
extortion.
Exactly.
And the public scrutiny, if you're the owner or the GM that extends him the courtesy of hiring him, I think that's where the issue is. You're looked at as morally bankrupt at that point if you end up extending him, with chances. I'm not saying he shouldn't get a chance necessarily, but he's not gonna. Quite honestly.
So if Ohtani,
I think Bauer gets signed. I think someone will do it.
he has to.
Would you want your team to sign him?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
I don't think he gets signed. I think he's blackballed. I don't think he's coming back.
He's been dealing against all these teams in spring training, deep pitching well.
Yeah, but
Right.
he could do that with an independent team. Like an independent team could take him.
Kaepernick.
But why do you think he should be signed?
Do I?
Yes.
I'm 50-50 on it. I mean, I believe in giving people chances and all that, but the image that he has, and he's not, like you said, he's not debating that. And he's being honest about it, but I don't know if that's an image that a team's going to want to hang their hat on. So, I mean, we talk about Caitlin Clark and her dad telling her to shut up and all that. This is an extreme compared to that.
Didn't Derek Jeter bang tons of models and then just give them a basket and an autographed ball?
Yeah, he did.
They were fine with that.
Right.
And I think he had the Herpley Nerplies too.
So did Braun.
But the problem is that Bauer, I mean, with the media scrutiny and how he was, basically on every channel or on Sports Center, I mean, that was never contained. He never had a fixer fix it. He had to go to Japan to get away from it and try to rehabilitate his image and likeness while he was, going through the court system here. But he never got a chance anywhere else here. He had to go somewhere else to do it.
Right.
And Scott talked earlier about the honorable thing to do. That's part of their culture, Ohtani's culture. Did you guys see Bomani Jones? Did you see what he said?
No, but I would love to.
So he was on his Right Time podcast. I think it was today or yesterday. And he asserted that American society's reverence for Asian individuals may lead to a predisposition to trust Ohtani's innocence.
Right.
So he said,
all right, translate that for people out there that have no idea what you're
so it
talking
means
about.
you
people believe that
they're honorable.
Japanese are honorable and they're not
Yeah.
lying.
So according to Jones,
Except for
Hollywood's
World War II.
listen to this. This is good. I mean, according to Jones, Hollywood's portrayal of Asians in a noble and solemn light.
Hollywood?
Yep.
Okay.
Potentially affects perceptions of their actions. And this is his quote. We tend to mythologize them in some interesting ways. I think in large part because we've watched all them kung fu movies.
What?
Wait a second. Let me finish.
He's talking about like honorably fighting for somebody or for a
So-
cause.
Right, I know
right?
I understand what he's saying.
And everybody,
I'm trying to listen really well
And
here.
everybody knows that kung fu was invented in the northern Japanese prefectures where Ohtani's from in Korea.
What? Oh my God.
Kung fu's from Korea. So he just made a horrible racist comment that pretty much all Asians look alike, essentially, because Korea, China, Japan, what's the difference? Anyways, he says, we have a tendency to think of Asians as very solemn and very noble. That's how a lot of people view Asians.
Because they've been watching Shogun. It's been on.
But then it gets real. It is, and it is true to a point.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he said it was pretty racist. So then it goes on further, and he goes, the ignorance that Ohtani's camp is trying to play out right now, you can only think that works with these silly Americans because they'll believe it. That's what he said. And I was like, he's got points, but I mean, that's pretty. If you said that,
wasn't presented the best way.
No, if you said that, like, say, exchange Asians with black people or
right, so
Jews or whatever, it would be horribly racist comment.
Can I sum that up? He's basically saying that because of images in movies, people trust Asians.
Yeah, because
more.
We've been shown so many times that Asians are honorable in movies.
Mr. Miyagi.
How does that apply to Ohtani? We assume he's innocent.
Yeah, because we look at him as an honorable Asian man, and he would never lie.
What about innocent until proven guilty? Where's the evidence that he's actually done anything?
They don't come up. We haven't even
$4.5 million. Why are you doing
well, I don't care,
bookie?
But I don't care what you look like.
That looks really bad.
We know. Sorry, we know there's money that's been exchanged without a question.
Right.
But we don't know why, how, and whether there's anything illegal that happened on his end.
Hey, we're prosecuting some people in some pretty high-profile court cases right now that have way less evidence and way less crime than this. I mean,
we talked about this. I've said it. I think we talked about it last night. Here's the problem I have with the whole thing. This is this is supposed to be a bookie that is like not on the up and up.
A little unsavory.
Correct.
So why didn't they just go to DraftKings?
Here's the problem I have. What bookie extends credit to somebody? And let's say it was $500,000 at a time.
Is there juice?
To just some guy. Well, I'm just saying, if you
absolutely, there's got to be
juice running.
Right. So you got the big going.
That's why.
If you found a bookie in town and said, "Hey, I want to bet $50,000 in a game," they're gonna look at you and go, "Yeah, probably not."
All right, but
first of all,
what about offshore accounts and stuff? Why couldn't he have done something in the Cayman Islands where you get a couple $100,000 and stuff and invested it that way?
Devil's advocate.
I'm just saying in general.
No bookie. And there's no bookie that's going to give you $4.5 million
in play. If you're doing it overseas, it's paper trail. If you do it with a bookie, there's no paper trail unless this happens.
Right. The only thing I can think of is that he got in deep and was paying him off as, you know what I mean, like
in installments, like layaway.
Installments, right?
Okay, let's play a game.
All right.
How
hide the pickle? I'm in.
How is Ohtani not guilty in this?
Well,
is there some possible way that Ohtani is not guilty?
I'll tell you.
If the story of the interpreter
access to his accounts,
right, taking his money and actually taking the money and paying off that gambling debt, and he didn't know about it. It's the only way.
So my answer to that would be Ohtani hired the worst financial advisors, accountants, and everything else.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know, Shohei, there's $4.5 million missing from your account.
Right.
Nobody noticed for years.
Change,
That's impossible.
Ed, you run your company, right?
Yeah.
So do you have cash reserves or like checking account or anything like that?
No, we got multiple checking accounts.
How much money do you have in your checking account right now?
Not much.
Do you know how much?
The exact
Yeah,
numbers?
do you know the exact number?
The answer is
pretty
no.
close. Yeah, because I was at the bank about an hour ago.
Okay, so
do you always know it?
So Friday you go back.
Yeah, most
and you're missing $5.
Do you think for 5 years, if I was missing millions, I wouldn't notice?
Yes, that's my question.
There's no way somebody's got $700 million in a bank account to start off with. First of all, he doesn't have $700 million.
We're talking $4.5 million.
So he probably has maybe 25 million, just say even 50 million.
So let's say
10% of his net worth he would have missing. You would know. That's like for us missing a car.
It's in multiple accounts.
That's my point. Let's say like you generate, let's say $100,000 in cash a year. You have $100,000 in your checking account.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the bank and you're missing $4,500.
It'd be I would just say 10,000.
Say 10,000. Yeah, 10,000. 10%.
Yep.
You wouldn't like raise questions.
I guarantee the accountant would when he gets my taxes. Guaranteed.
I'm talking within a week, within 2 weeks, within the same month.
This is over years.
Right.
They would know. He's got He's got the best financial advisors.
That's my point.
It's impossible.
Right.
Impossible.
Right. It's impossible not to know.
They would know.
Right.
He's got. We don't have financial advisors. I don't have my accountant. I went in my accountant's office the other day. Mm-hmm. The goddamn employee of the month was a fucking dog on the picture. So
My point is, I
Did
know
the dog have COVID?
right.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm just kidding around.
Sorry, I tied
It's
it
too
all
soon, right?
together.
Too soon.
Right.
I'm sure Otani's accountant does not have a picture of a dog on the wall.
Do you think that Ohtani may have like some funny money that the accountants don't know about?
Well, that would be fine, but then that's again.
I'm just throwing out scenarios where.
So it would have to be in cash.
I just can't get past the point the guy had access to his accounts.
Exactly.
I don't care. If the guy had access, I just don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying somebody come up with something that can top anything I can trump on that.
Unless his password was 0000 and he guessed it.
Right.
Yeah, password.
Yeah.
You know, it was 700.
I don't know, because this is going to sound kind of crazy too, but aren't there checking accounts where you have shared custody with like a relative when you hit a certain age?
Yeah.
So both people have.
He could be power of attorney.
Those are trusts.
But that's what I'm saying. So you set up one account, right, where you have multiple people that have access to money. I'm not saying all of it, but when you have 700 million and you're getting contracts,
there's no way he has 700 million in fluid funds, liquid funds. There's no way. I bet he has less than 50.
I bet she's got more than that.
I would agree.
With all of his endorsements.
No way.
And the years in Japan on top of that.
It's all invested in properties. It's invested in bonds. It's invested in probably gold, Bitcoin. He's got, I guarantee
Bitcoin.
He's diversified. I would guarantee, I would bet he has less than 30 million liquid.
He probably invested like 10 million on the Falcons last year at some point.
Well, it just came out here. He just got busted for betting on pachinko.
On what?
Pachinko.
And pickleball.
Pachinko is, and I heard that too the other day on the radio. But pachinko is pretty popular in Japan.
It is.
It's like a plinko game, basically, where you just pick a number and it falls there, you win. There's literally no
like
skill involved.
roulette type thing.
Similar, but
Just
literally
like,
plinko. You drop it down, it hits the little pegs, and oh, you had something crazy.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, I just can't see a scenario where he's not involved in this. I really can't.
Well, he's already involved, so it's not.
No, I'm saying that he's not involved in actually gambling and putting the money down.
And the biggest problem I have, this guy's out there trying to I don't know. I just think it sounds like too much of a story they're trying to build up to make it to clear him.
I think the fact
agree.
that there's been three
It's
different
too
stories
much.
so far is the other thing too.
Why wouldn't he have just said here if he was completely not guilty? Is just go. You know what? There's going to be some evidence coming out. Hold on until all the information's out, and then. But they've come up with 4 different stories since then.
Right. Exactly.
And they're like, and they're more. It's like bigger and bigger, and you're like,
so
this is ridiculous.
The only confirmed story that I know is the statement that he made where he said he didn't do it.
Right.
That's the only thing I've ever heard. These are all like
I've
people's
seen
theories
like
and stuff.
30
And
different
the
theories.
other story is $4.5 million came out of his account to pay a bookie.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the big story.
It's his account.
Right.
You have
There's
to
no-
and
yeah,
what?
like I said, you have to prove it was stolen.
Right.
And he hired fixers before this all came out.
Do we know that?
Yes. That there's a timeline.
Okay.
There's already a time. They call it a TikTok. Hey, Dan,
If you're going off TikTok for this, you're done out of this story. You say TikTok, nope, done.
Who's the guy on? Jeez, now I can't think of his name. Does the Overreaction Mondays?
I don't know, but
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of his name now.
not to change the subject, but Chris
Steve
Paul got
Zabin.
ejected last night for calling a referee a
TikToker.
TikToker.
Yep.
Steve
No,
Zabin.
no, it's not Saban. It's the guy. He's Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen, yeah.
So he says he actually made a joke about it. It's like it's a TikTok. That's what we call them, but it's not the app. So there's a timeline already
For the things that happen.
Yep, and it doesn't line up with his. That he doesn't know anything about it. Why would you be hiring people and taking this guy to Korea with you?
Exactly, and
as your best friend, and you're sitting there hanging out all buddy.
The day before he gets fired, and you're like, yeah. Exactly.
This is bad. This is horrible.
So we'll talk about more in the next few weeks about it. But
Yeah.
so let's real quick go around. Let's just now. No, it's fine. One time round table. Very simple. Is Ohtani guilty or not guilty?
Of what? I mean, let's go.
Did he gamble on sports? Did he? Yes or no? Do you think he gambled on sports?
I'm gonna say he gambled on baseball.
So you think he gambled?
I think he gambled on baseball.
Do you think he gambled on sports? Sports. I'm just saying sports. Because today he said I did not gamble on sports ever. Let's just ask. Do you think he gambled on sports, Petey?
I don't know him that well. It's hard to. I know it's a cop out, but I really don't.
This isn't the classroom.
I'm just telling you. I don't
This
like
is my parents' basement.
He is
they don't
so
care.
diplomatic.
I just don't like people being railroaded without having evidence.
Okay, Trevor Bauer, you won't even let him back in the league.
Well, there's evidence there. I mean, he admitted to all kinds of crazy stuff.
I like to choke
He
people.
actually went to court and got off.
Did a whole lot more than just choking her.
He
Anyway.
got off.
She said yes.
Yes. Do you ever gamble on sports? Yes or no? Just yes. Or
I
no?
think yes. I think he gambled on
Okay.
sports, but I don't think he gambled on baseball.
Okay, I just said sports.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so. No.
You don't think he gambled on anything?
Nope. He's got too many people out there.
Yes, I mean, yes. I don't know.
You know what I hope it is? I hope it's fucking curling.
Yeah. Michigan games. He bet on Michigan games.
You bet on men's Michigan basketball games. You fucking lost.
Gymnastics.
No wonder why he lost 4.5
million. Okay, so what's our next topic?
Yeah,
what we were talking about earlier.
I love that topic.
What's the difference between a refrigerator and a butthole?
God, what's the punchline?
A refrigerator doesn't fart when you pull the meat out.
What on earth? This is why I can't be on the show. Are you kidding me?
I'm talking about a refrigerator.
Right.
God, he starts to come and then he pulls out.
Even better.
I got a whole list of stuff to talk about.
Okay, throw a topic out.
Well, there's rumors going on right now that the Jets want to trade up to the 4-hole to get Marvin Harrison.
God, he starts to come and then he pulls out.
What?
Giggity, giggity,
I love this season where it's like line season for the draft. Literally today, I read 5 different mock drafts from USA Today.
Yeah. All right, but
5 different drafts.
So the Jets, you heard about Marvin Harrison.
So that puts them with Mike Williams, Marvin Harrison, and who's the
Garrett Wilson.
As their 3 weapons for receivers for Aaron Rodgers trying to hit that championship window. Is that enough to put their offense on par, even with their defense, to push them?
Oh, definitely
into the
not
Super
until
Bowl?
they get back to Ari.
If Rodgers is healthy, they're. I don't think they need. I think they'll be fine without Marvin Harrison, and I don't think they're going to trade capital up to go get him.
No, because they're going to stay at 10 and pick out Bowers, I think.
Yeah, they'll go get someone like that.
That's who they've been projected for the last few weeks.
And you know what? Here's the thing. It's such a receiver-rich draft.
It is,
I
but
think
they're
stretching-
saying
And they don't have a second either.
Yeah,
they're saying Marvin Harrison's worth it, and if they're going for the best receiver in the draft to pair up with the other guys they have,
Wait, let me
the
correct
best
you. He's the best player in the draft.
in the draft.
Fine.
No
Right.
question.
because they have a running back, Breeze Hall.
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall, yeah.
So they have that. They could just kind of shuffle in a tight end.
They have their offense line is solid. It's
Well, they
decent.
just picked up tackles. They just in free
They
agency
improved.
grabbed
They improved.
2 tackles to go along with the interior line. So is that enough to push them into the Super Bowl?
You know why it is? Because their defense is badass.
It is. It is.
Badass.
Well, I mean, look
They
at
were
let's
top
look
5
at
defense.
let's look at the Jets division. Miami got worse. The Pats suck, and then you've got Buffalo.
And
Right?
Buffalo is so. Jekyll and
Buffalo
Hyde.
lost a bunch of guys
Right.
too, and
Buffalo got
what's
worse.
his name doesn't want to play there anymore.
Right.
Diggs or whatever.
Yeah, Diggs may get traded.
Diggs
Yeah.
didn't want to leave.
And the rumor, the rumor I heard today, which is very interesting,
Right.
Tua getting traded.
Why
Well,
not?
Miami's got they went out in free agency, grabbed a bunch of guys on defense. They're trying to shore their defense up a little bit
yeah.
to try
Because
to
they
make
lost a ton of guys on defense.
Well, they did.
Well, they lost one of the best
Yeah,
players available.
Wilkins or whatever.
Wilkins by
Yeah,
far.
Wilkins,
is
I
one of
agree.
the- and he's a great. What he end up going? He's a great add to. Where'd he end up? It's
the Raiders.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Max
so.
Crosby.
Yeah, that'll be
That
decent.
defense, I mean, the offense, who knows? But that defense going to be. They're going to get off the quarterback. I tell you that.
So the other team that did a lot in free agency was Tennessee. They have like nine free agents that came in. They're trying to put something together, but they won't have the weaponry that
It's a right.
that the
It's a
Jets
right
have.
division to do it though. In.
Yeah, but what they're doing is surrounding
division-
Levis with
Yeah.
offensive talent to
Yeah.
protect him and have
And that division is very
receivers.
winnable too. That's the thing. You
Absolutely.
can win that division by. You can get that division.
Yeah,
It's
you can
gettable.
go 8-9 and win that division. You can.
Yeah.
Jacksonville,
Yeah.
Indy, Tennessee, and
Is Houston in that one?
Houston's that division.
Oh, Houston.
Houston's
right,
pretty
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
I think Houston's on
But
the
do
way
they
up.
take a step? You don't know.
Could be a
Teams-
one-trick pony that one year.
Right.
You gotta
know?
see.
Ah.
Yeah.
I like what they did.
Sophomore jinx. Come on, man.
So then the other thing with the draft and stuff is I'm just kind of curious to see what Denver ends up doing. Are they going to trade out and try to get draft picks because they basically gave away all their high end guys? And
I
let
think they're
them-
going to
let them
stay and
go?
draft Knicks because I think he sees Drew Brees 2.0.
Talking about Bo Nix?
Yep.
Or Bo Callahan.
Bo Callahan. There you go. I don't know.
Why is Callahan dropping? What's wrong with him?
You know what? I watched it. I looked at this thing. Guess what? What? Just tell me. nobody showed up for his birthday on his teammates.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Because it's funny.
Ask the question.
He said-
Just tell me.
Just tell me. That's the best scene of the whole movie because he's getting so. The dude wants to be the. Just
Right.
hey, ask me the question.
Ask me the question.
Just tell me.
So just moving back to this NFL draft thing.
The
And
Broncos.
Tim talked a little bit about like people putting misinformation out there. Now they're saying that that the Michigan quarterback JJ, whatever his face is, he's supposed to go second. Like he's leapfrogging
JJ McCarthy.
McCarthy, thank you.
Best quarterback in Michigan history.
I'm going to make a prediction. Okay.
Let me hear it.
Here's my prediction. The Bears are trading out at number 1. They're going to go to 2. They're going to get Harrison at 2. And they're going to grab whatever quarterback's left at 9. I'm going to tell you right now that's what's going to happen.
Oh, I like that.
That's idiotic.
Why?
I like it.
Why is it?
Why are you taking a step back? Why not just keep Fields? And by the way, they did Fields
like
dirty.
that.
How do they do him dirty and let him pick where he went?
Because this is what they should have did. All right. So they take.
You're going to give a quarterback $40 million in the next 2
No.
years that hasn't proved
Slow
a
down.
thing yet.
Slow down.
No.
I want to hear this, Timmy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
His 5th-year option hasn't been picked up yet, so he costs $6 million this year.
Okay.
All right. You tell him you're the starter. Number 1 pick, whoever it is, number 1, 2, 3, you're sitting until the trade deadline. Fields, this is your team. You do what you need to do to increase your value while we prep our next starter. At the trade deadline, if we get anything better than a 6th-round pick that we could have got for you, we're going to trade you.
Go ahead. I actually like that. Keep going. Is that
And with the weapons that they have now, with the receiver from San Diego, the running Swift, the tight end from San Diego as well is a big target.
Yeah,
Everett.
Very
That's
quiet,
very
nice,
underrated.
quiet
Right.
pickup.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that was the
nobody
best
talked
free agent
about that.
pickup.
Yeah.
Anyway, you finally had the supporting staff you should have had as we're giving this 1st-round draft choice. So not taking a step back and going 4-13 this year. There's still continuity because they finally have a offensive coordinator that's actually called plays in the NFL, and you're surrounding him with the talent that he should have had 2 years ago. So you increase his value. Everyone wins in this scenario. He leads the Bears to a winning record. Someone gets hurt. He gets traded. You bring in the rookie.
He goes to the Jets after Rodgers gets injured this year.
Exactly.
Which
potentially
right.
possible
right
at his age.
Right. And
oh, I like that.
That would have worked for everybody.
I love these scenarios.
I sort of felt like Pittsburgh was going to sell off Russell Wilson at one point, maybe to the Vikings or something, if nothing works out. Like
Still it can still happen.
I'm saying, but that domino effect of getting 2 quality quarterbacks in Pittsburgh gives them some capital if they really wanted to move them. They could probably get away with it.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Exactly,
you guys,
right.
I think this is the game and I'm going to be a dick here. You guys just,
Right.
it's the Bears doing this, what's wrong. Here's the deal.
No.
Here's the deal.
Right.
Do you really think Russell Wilson, the way he's played last 2 years, and Justin Fields are guys that there's 2 quarterbacks? They're 2 guys.
Say
right
that
now.
again. Say
They're
it
2
again.
guys.
I agree.
Right? They're 2 guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not like they got name 2 quarterbacks that are better than them. I can name 15 better than those 2 guys right now. They hit a guy.
On the Vikings, though?
I'm just saying, though. Everybody keeps saying Pittsburgh hit a gold mine with these 2 guys.
That potential.
Okay. What has Justin Fields shown you guys? And don't say run. Quit saying he run. That's great. What has he shown? I've been to many games where receivers run around wide open, throwing their hands up and
right.
No ball coming to him. His eyes go here after every time he gets pressure. It goes here, straight down.
Well, it's the potential to win games. You're not putting somebody in there that doesn't have a chance to win you a game. In the philosophy of the New York Giants back in the day when Parcells was there, do enough to not screw it up for your defense or for your
exactly.
Do enough on offense and not screw up for your defense.
Yeah, but what is the Bears' philosophy?
I think it's different now.
Well, that's
you
what
got to change the culture.
I agree.
And the culture has moved from the last regime, and that's part of the Fields leaving.
Right.
Poles and not draft him.
Well, I understand.
And many teams do this.
Right.
They say, I don't care. We're going to get everything out of here. We're going to keep only guys that can be productive team from the old regime. Everybody else is going to go. We're not going to keep fringe guys anymore. And teams do this all the time.
Do you fault them though for trading Fields for a 6th rounder now when they could have held on for only $6 million into next year,
but you got
waiting for the next injury?
You got a draft pick out of it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you could have probably got a 2nd or 3rd rounder by next year.
How do you say that is though?
Because
if he comes out and plays this season worse than last year, what happens then?
It doesn't matter. He's going to be on the bench.
But then he's untradeable. Then you know you're cutting him for sure.
So he's Mac Jones. You're saying
they'll just wait 10 a year and pick him up in the free agency.
So, but you're not. You can't win a Super Bowl with
so he's Mac
nobody.
Jones. Is what you're telling
You still
me.
have to have a quarterback.
Right.
So the Jets
Okay,
had no
okay.
quarterback.
Yeah, you guys are right. You guys are totally right.
The Jets had no quarterback the whole year. You
Right.
could have traded
But-
him
but-
and got more. I guarantee you could have got better in the 6th rounder for him to the Jets.
Wait. But you guys don't understand. If we wait till next year, like Tim says, he plays like shit. Everybody in the NFL knows, why would I trade for a guy that I can pick up next year in free agency
Right, I get that.
for pennies on a dollar?
Right.
I don't
Just
gotta do
because
nothing.
you're getting pennies in the 6th round now. It's worth a gamble.
It's where the gamble is you're not getting a 6th or 7th rounder for him. You possibly get higher. You can't get lower.
Or you're going to get compensation picks for him if he ends up leaving anyway.
Either way, you're taking a step back. If you bring back Fields and he plays like shit, what difference does it make that? So he plays like shit. He can't trade him for more than a 6th round pick.
You're getting compensation though, Tim. You're going to get a pick for him. Though.
I'm just answering Scott's question. So if he plays like shit, so the scenarios are, I'm looking at continuity. Like I'm looking at Fields knows to sit. Well, he's going to have another offensive coordinator. Okay, I get that. But the thing is,
but they're run heavy.
What
so.
has, so what has he Fields shown you guys? I'm just asking you guys right now. Tell me one thing he's shown you guys to go, yeah, he's the guy that they're dumb for doing it.
hasn't had an offensive coordinator that's
But-
okay, no. Come on, Scott.
Yeah.
All right.
Bad O-line.
Right. Bad O-line. No receivers until last year.
Traded all the running backs.
And DJ Moore had his best year ever.
Right.
One guy. Though.
Right.
Who's
and
the
DJ
other
Moore
one?
played with crap quarterbacks. We went through all the quarterbacks that he played with, and he had 1,000-yard seasons every year that he played with the ghost of
Sam Darnold.
guy from Carolina. I can't think of his with the
Were,
hair.
were the Bears playing from behind a lot of the time too, or no?
Right.
In a lot of the games, I'm asking because it changes the way offensive
No,
plays are
in
called.
3 of the games, they had 21-point leads. They lost.
That's the defense, though, too, right?
Well, and here's my thing. One of those games, they're up by 14 in the 4th quarter. Fields drops back, and he decides, I'm going to try to do something, and he fumbles and he ran back for a touchdown. He against the Detroit Lions, a drive to go down, first play of the drive, the chance to go down and win the game, he fumbles the first play.
Right.
He fumbled. I understand what you guys are saying. I get it. They got nothing for him. They screwed up again. I understand totally.
That's not what I'm saying.
And that's what they did. You're right. They didn't get enough for him. They could have got but I'm telling you, they were.
You're saying it's better just to get rid of them now. Cut your losses.
Because here's the deal.
Right.
It's a new building.
Okay.
It doesn't
And
matter.
there's something to be said for that.
Richard Seymour got traded in the prime of his career by the Patriots, and they survived.
Yeah.
He was one of the best defensive ends in football when he got traded.
Right.
And not that a quarterback and defensive end are the same thing. I get that. It was on Tom Brady.
And San Francisco gave up 4 draft picks for
Trey Lance.
And they went to the Super Bowl with Trey Lance.
Exactly. I mean,
Right.
there's certain things that can happen. It's about
Right.
the team around you.
Right.
It really is.
My whole point is, if you want to continue to build continuity with your team, you could have kept Fields, and I don't think he would have been the type of player to cause problems in that locker room. You know what I mean? I think
He wouldn't have been a detriment.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Everyone talks glowingly about Fields as a teammate. So I'm just saying, we want to do right by Fields. Did they? We'll see.
I mean, okay, even if you kept him as a backup, he's only worth $6 million. He's only costing you $6 million. That's not even an expensive backup.
I don't think so. Have the Bears signed a backup quarterback yet?
Yeah, they got starts with Rippin, and they still have
it. And Bajan.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's a question for you. Last year, the Bears, their team looked basically the same when Bajan quarterback as Fields.
They look what?
Almost the same.
Right.
Yeah, similar. Yeah. Well,
so why would you keep Fields?
Why would you keep Bajan then? Why wouldn't they cut him too and clear out?
Because he's a really cheap backup.
Right. But Bajan doesn't have the arm that Fields has.
Yeah, but
and he can't.
Just
run.
saying.
Yeah. I understand. I'm just saying that
that's just poor coaching then.
Well, I mean,
so here's what happens now. Do they bring in? So they're going to bring in probably Caleb Williams, even though I like your scenario.
Well,
that's a cool scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
I like to
So
see,
they bring him in.
I'd like to see Penix there, but that's
if
just me.
If
because I think he's got the best arm.
Caleb Williams has a bad year, just say this first year.
He's going to have a bad year.
Right, because he's a rookie,
Right.
and it's tough, and it's a new team, and then it's new system, everything.
That's 50-50 though,
But
because
it hit not 50-50. It's probably 20-80.
The Carolina, are the Bears more like Carolina or are they more like Houston?
Yeah, well,
they're way closer to
I'm
Houston
asking.
and Carolina.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then expectations should be higher than
So
that.
okay, 30-70, but it's usually a rookie quarterback. They struggle.
Right.
I mean, there's no doubt.
Some do, some don't. Depends what they're asked to do as well.
We looked at the last 8 top draft quarterbacks. Only one's like even playing.
Well, Lawrence started his rookie year. He was
And Lawrence's numbers aren't that great.
Yeah, Jacksonville's done Lawrence dirty though too. Like
doesn't matter. It's still he's not.
I'm just saying.
Allen in Buffalo came in right away. He played.
He
did
struggled.
Fine.
Oh, he struggled.
I thought they made the
and
playoffs
they rebuilt him like a lot. Like they rebuilt the way he threw and
I'm gonna say I like Fields. I liked him. I think he's a great guy, probably a really friendly guy. But I maybe they didn't get enough for him. Yeah, that's fine. We can argue that all night, whatever. But it's a certain time in a building that I'll be honest. You guys are Packer fans, and they missed the boat on a Rodgers trade. They thought they were good enough, and they didn't see as an organization they were good enough to contend that year.
They missed more on the Rochelle Douglas trade.
Well,
agreed.
Yeah,
absolutely agree on that one.
So every team does stuff that
absolutely
doesn't make any sense. Rodgers made more sense because they thought they had a good team, but a lot of teams do it all the time. Now it's so high profile it feels because everybody's what are they going to do? I mean.
So the difference between the Bears and the Packers, based on your point, is the Packers give up on a guy a year before they should and let him go somewhere and be productive for that year or two. But they're really, really good at finding out where that end of the line ends up being. And I don't know if you could say the same thing about what the Bears did with Fields. Is he done?
Yeah. Do you think that he's done with his prime?
Is he over?
I watched him play, guys.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
I've been at games.
So do you think he's going to be successful in Pittsburgh?
He can't develop and get better with another system?
10 times I share at games, okay? Line up, and I think I said this to Peter last night.
Yeah, you did.
Okay? Single safety over the top. DJ Moore on the outside wide open. Oh, man on man.
Single coverage, yeah.
First and foremost, I think I know a little bit about football where if I'm a quarterback, I'm looking if I'm the kind of guy I'm looking big play to little play. I know there's routes you're seeing and they're telling you, but you as a quarterback have to go, okay, I got one of the best receivers in football. You'd all agree DJ Moore's one of the best in football.
Absolutely.
Look over and go, he's one-on-one. Okay, let me see what the safety is. Okay, if the safety rolls to him, I've got Kmet, I've got this, but I know that I can look at him. He would drop, and DJ Moore did this a couple times. Would get even, and the old saying in football is, once you're even, you're leaving.
He's leaving.
As soon as that gets even, the safety rolls to the top, that ball should go there without question.
Right.
You know, the ball went sack or run for 5 yards. The ball didn't go there. Okay? Very rarely. And you see DJ Moore not act out, but you see him go, like, put his hand up and be like, no ball.
Right.
So you don't think Fields is going to be successful in Pittsburgh in a new regime?
Well, because
you don't think he has the not the talent, because obviously he has the physical attributes. There's no question.
Yes.
You're saying he doesn't have the football.
What do you think?
Acumen.
Well, here's the thing. You went from the terrible offense in Chicago to the offense. What's going to happen there? I have no idea.
It could be.
So they have Arthur Smith now too.
Yeah. Ugh. They have Arthur Smith, their offense, their receiver. They got rid of Deontay Johnson. Their receiving core is,
but Pittsburgh's a team that's
Pittsburgh's built to have
grind it out.
a game manager.
Yeah, but they get rid of guys at the right time as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially receivers.
Yeah, Claypool.
Yeah, especially unhappy receivers.
Yeah,
which is all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
The last 18 they've drafted.
So, I mean, I like I said, the Bears were fair to him because they often look for, the rumor was they could have got the Eagle deal, and they didn't take it because he wanted to go somewhere, and that was 2 picks. And I don't like that because it's business. It's not
I
my problem.
It's business.
It's not my problem. But they let him shop around, and he wanted. And Pittsburgh was a logical because Russell Wilson 1-year deal. He might have a chance to play next year, or maybe even this year.
Right.
They could still trade Russell Wilson. I think there's a very strong feeling they might trade him, or they might be able to trade Fields still.
Right.
Who knows? I don't know.
I thought the best place for Fields to go would have been to the Rams and learn under McVay for a year.
Yeah.
But what's his name still there?
Who?
Stafford.
No, the
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett.
Yeah,
well, they signed the porn star, didn't they?
Jenna Jameson?
No.
Garner's starting for somebody now.
No, who played for the Jimmy Pornstar?
Oh, Garoppolo?
Garoppolo signed
he's
with
the backup for the Rams now, yeah.
Garoppolo?
And
there's another guy, which he's kind of almost like the Fields thing. I mean, this guy keeps going everywhere and getting signed. It's like,
well, that's the thing too. There was no. It was weird. It was weird. The NFL. You look at it, and with the back to the Fields thing, it was weird because there was no market there.
No.
Nobody was like,
they showed
no team that needed a quarterback was willing to trade a pick for him. Well, you know what? We'll just sign Gardner Minshew to be our starter instead of wasting a 3rd-round pick.
Right?
Does that tell you something? If these teams are going, he could be a star. They're dummies.
But if they're taking,
they're nuts.
If their choices are Gardner Minshew, Garoppolo, Fields, I mean, really, what are you going for? The cheapest? Yeah. I mean, none of those teams, none of those guys.
Yeah,
I don't understand
you're saying the Bears gave up on him, but nobody else wanted to even give him a chance.
Right.
There's a lot of shit in the middle of
Maybe
that quarterback.
You said
thing,
there.
though.
You said there were 3 or 4 teams that were interested, but they let Fields decide that he wanted to go to Pittsburgh.
That's what they said. That
Well,
was a rumor.
we'll never know. I mean, without being in the, in the GM room, the war room, you're not going to know.
That was the rumor they said, and that worst thing is if they didn't give him a chance, that means there's really no interest in him. I mean, basically, the Bears are stuck with what we have, and the Bears were in a bad situation too because having the first pick, people know you're trying to deal them anyway, so that's even the harder part.
Well,
of it.
and then did they wait too long, or
did.
they just didn't get any takers?
So here's the deal.
They waited too long.
I think there
all
was
of a sudden those quarterbacks started going.
They
It's like,
waited.
whoa.
They waited too long to decide, and you can argue this if you want, but they waited too long to decide just because of the draft is right around the corner, and there's like 6 or 7 quarterbacks that could easily go in the first 2 rounds that are arguably going to come in and be given chances right away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so knowing that, you start eliminating all the free agents, and then you start eliminating all the teams that are going to draft somebody, and obviously you're creating a market then for people to trade in and trade out. But a lot of the teams are going to hand it to a rookie because there's not a lot of teams that are willing to draft the first round pick and let them sit for a year or two.
How about this game? Of these 5 top quarterbacks that are possibly going in the first round, 5 they're saying now.
Yep.
Somebody said 5 are going to go in the top 12 picks. I don't believe that.
Well, it depends on McCarthy.
Maybe 4.
McCarthy's the wild card, and then Penix, Timmy talked about.
Five winner for years ago in the top 14.
And Bo Nix, people are on the fence about.
Are any of them going to be better than Fields?
I'm gonna
for their career.
It depends on where they go.
Here's the thing. Like we said, I bet we can go pull 32 teams. I bet 30 teams will say Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the draft, hands
Which,
down.
yeah, I agree with that.
The year that Trevor Lawrence came out, he was voted the best, and Fields wasn't even close to them. I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams is gonna get because he is. I would say he's more of a quarterback, and he's been coached by a quarterback coach. Lincoln Riley is an offensive coach. He's coach. Not saying that it's great or anything, but who knows? He could be just as bad. He could be worse. But
so the next 4 quarterbacks, how about? So I mean, we probably all agree Caleb Williams is probably going to be better.
He's going to be.
He's more
better one.
He's more talented as an NFL quarterback.
You have to go with the trend, I guess.
But how about those other 4? Is there anybody that even?
I don't trust. I'm not and I could be way off. Bo Nix went to Auburn before.
Yeah, Auburn. Then he went out.
He had one good year in his whole career. Was last year. It was terrible. He was terrible.
Now Penix looks talented too.
Penix is the kid in Indiana, right?
The left-hander.
Yeah, Indiana. Then he went out to
Oregon.
Never played one full season ever.
I thought he was at Washington.
Bad injuries.
Yeah.
You talking about Jamarcus Russell?
No.
Oh, jeez.
I thought Penix was at Washington.
He was at
Washington.
But he was in
Indiana
Oregon.
Before, yeah. And Oregon is who's the quarterback? That's Bo Nix at Oregon, and who's the other quarterback? Oh, the kid from Heisman Trophy, Jaden Daniels.
How about Drake May?
LSU.
Yeah.
Drake May is North Carolina.
Drake May, North Carolina. Yeah. So and JD McCarthy is coming in such a talk.
The Michigan guy.
And it's Harbaugh is funny talking him up because I think he's wanting people. Oh, you got the 5th pick. You know what?
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah, he's playing.
There's
the game
a lot
well.
of that.
He plays
going
the game well.
I'm still not against the Bears trading number 1 pick for Justin Herbert and being done with it.
Why not?
Well, again,
Harbaugh's cleaning house.
How many playoff games has Herbert won now in all these years?
Are they financially committed to him though?
What I would do. Go ahead.
What's his salary look like?
He's got like a $200 million.
So he's a max contract guy.
He signed a couple years ago, so it would fit nice in the cap.
Yeah,
this year.
so you already know what you're getting.
So that's a guy though that people aren't going to want to inherit his contract right away.
I think the Bears will take it.
If you're the Bears, trade the number 1 pick, and you're calling Harbaugh right away. We want the 5th pick. Give you the 9 for the 5th for. No, wait. Give him the 9th pick for Haber.
Yeah.
I would say, that number 1 pick's more valuable than that.
Right. But no one's trading the number 1 pick for J.B. McCarthy.
Yeah, you're not trading straight up.
Yeah.
Not for a $200 million contract. You can't, because you're like you said, it's resetting the.
What about sending Joey Bosa?
No, I can't afford all that.
I'm kidding. I was just messing around.
No,
trying to figure out.
I don't know.
You guys get Khalil back.
I'm not sure about.
That's
the money how it works, but I only got money in cap. I would trade for Herbert's contract right now if they could fit it. No
I like that too.
There'd be no question about it.
I love all these scenarios. They're amazing, and this is a great year.
What's Herbert? Herbert is 25, 26 ish.
Yeah, he's young yet.
Yeah, I don't
25,
know.
26.
He came out early, right?
No, he stayed 4 years.
So he might be pushing 27 then, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
he went to Oregon.
Yeah, he torched the Badgers in that.
26.
Oh yeah,
26.
So he's pushing.
He just turned His birthday was March 10th.
I mean, it's not going to happen. So I don't want to talk about age. That'd be Harbaugh's not going to trade him away. That's what a clearance space to get guys to go with him. They're
I can see him trading down though at the 5th pick if he doesn't get the guy that he wants
and getting multiple picks,
right?
Adding picks, yeah.
Because that's a team that needs more talent. And again, and the Patriots as well. I think the Patriots are going to trade out of 3.
Well, they lost all their offense.
Right.
Eckler's gone. Mike
Right.
Williams is gone. Allen's gone.
Right.
Everett's gone.
They need players, so I can see them trading down.
They
trade
like
down.
have nobody.
Right. I can see the Vikings moving up for their 2 picks, moving to number 3, and get whatever quarterback that they want.
But you remember Harbaugh and Shanahan have the same kind of ideas. That they when Harbaugh's team was good, he didn't have they were just good.
Right.
They didn't have a bunch, so he's fine with. I mean, he's going to take a couple years now because he pretty much told.
And he
got
brought
everybody.
Yeah, there's no offense left if you think about it.
And he brought his GM with him, right? From the Niners. Or who's the guy that's with him at San Diego or Los Angeles? The Chargers. Who's the
I don't know.
Who's the Chargers GM? I thought he was like a Harbaugh guy.
Harbaugh establishes the run. He did it at Michigan. He did it at Stanford before that.
San Fran, he did the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
in the NFL, he did the exact same thing. So he's gonna probably draft lineman is my guess, and then maybe go with, I don't know, maybe the Michigan running back will end up there potentially.
Maybe Wilson, the receiver, will end up there.
And it's a huge receiver draft. They'll get a receiver.
Talking about Roman Wilson.
There's a lot of receivers. That draft is so full of receivers, and so a lot of quarterbacks too. Obviously,
yeah,
there's a lot of quarterbacks. Maybe he'll take McCarthy. Fuck it, he'll just have 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'll trade back. Yeah,
Run a 2 quarterback system.
I can't figure out why nobody has. Dude, that would be a mess for defenses running around.
They did. Michigan did.
No, I'm saying
when
like
JJ first got there, who was the other quarterback?
No, like almost like
Iowa.
Drew Henson.
Like a wishbone.
McNamara became a
type
punter.
thing. Can you imagine like a wishbone setup in the NFL? No running back, just 2 quarterbacks back there.
So, what do you guys think about Josh Jacobs? Good contract. Contract was a good deal. A lot in the first year.
It sucks losing Aaron Jones, but I mean, you're getting a younger, same price.
Yeah, Packer Twitter was
ridiculous.
Aaron Jones, he was fine with it, but Aaron Jones got the same treatment as at business part of it.
It's a business.
Right.
He gave pay cuts for 2 years, and then it's time. It's like, well, we're gonna get rid of you now because we don't need you.
Unfortunately,
he played his best football last like 5 games, or 3 games.
Well, yeah, because he basically didn't play for most of the season, so he came in fresh.
Yeah,
right.
And Dylan's on the fence still with them, right?
No, he got signed.
No, he resigned.
Oh, they did sign.
Yes. So
PD sounds happy about
why? I just don't understand.
I don't get it either.
He's
because I don't think either. Josh Jacobs is a decent pass catcher, but they don't have really a great pass catching back anymore.
No.
Now. They're going to draft one. I guarantee they'll draft a back.
Who?
They're going to find
Packers?
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they will. They will late or
I
3rd
agree.
round, 4th round. They got all 4 picks in the top 100 or
they
something
have,
like that.
they have
Weird.
5 in like the
'Cause
120 or something.
Compensatory picks, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot of picks up
Right.
pretty high.
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys think about Jacobs?
I think it was a great signing. He was the best running back in 2022, and unfortunately, he got hurt in 2023 and had a bad offensive line. I listened to a Packers podcast, and they had the Raiders equivalent podcast host on the show, and he spoke glowingly of him. He basically is the same person as Aaron Jones. So basically,
and Devontae Adams said the same thing.
Right.
Devontae Adams said that he was quality teammate, quality player,
right,
high end guy. But
so
You know what I like about him? Getting 1 yard, picking up 1 yard when you have to get it. The Packers can't do that.
no.
And he's very good at that. So they said he's one of the top, like inside like the 3 at the end zone.
what I did like is they didn't waste
So-
any time signing him though. If they felt like he was in need and they just went out and grabbed
Right.
him.
Yeah, and it was kind of surprising as a Packer fan watching the Packers get like 2 of the top 10 free agents.
We've never done that in 20 years.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm sure a lot of Packer
Other than
fans are
Reggie.
like, this is fake. This is no way, you know what I mean? And
The hell's going on?
Right.
And they overpaid for what's his name, the Xavier was it
McKinney?
McKinney, yeah. And they probably overpaid for him compared to what you've seen the other cornerbacks going for, but
yeah, wasn't he the youngest free agent safety though?
or safeties, yeah.
Right.
And the NFL gave teams another $30 million to spend. So
Right.
I don't know if it's market value or not, but Trader Ted's gone, and I like the direction that.
I like the direction
It's
too. Now-
crazy because
yeah.
how many times have we sat around here and talked about the Packers ain't going to do shit?
Right. I was
We say it all the
surprised.
time.
I was surprised at the Jacob signing, to be honest. Like, I thought it was fake at first, and I'm like, well, this is actually real. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
And
I
now,
mean, when's
now
the-
we got a mess because we got 3 running backs.
right? Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, we got 1, 2. He got released.
So the latest rumor was that Micah Hyde might come back, and I'm like, no,
Yeah, take him. Why not?
no.
They'll draft. They're going to draft.
Why not have that other old school veteran to teach that room?
I think that's kind of overrated.
Do you?
I do. That's what you have coaches for. They're expected to work with them.
I think it's more of a leader issue. I don't think it's more of a helping a guy. I think it helps, but it's more of having a leader in the room, and that's why I think teams take for granted guys like Aaron Jones and stuff till they see what happens.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying they won't have someone's got to. They have leaders, but I mean, they was the last.
Right.
He was a veteran. I mean, he was that guy. I mean, the attachment to the teams from a few years ago. He was the last attachment to him, kind of.
Him and Bakhtiari, and they're both gone.
One of those things. Right. And I mean, he kind of showed out last year in the playoffs a little bit, and then. I mean, they didn't use him in the second half against San Fran. That wasn't his fault, I guess.
Yeah,
but I mean,
who's left there that's even been around a while? Kenny Clark.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Well,
but he was drafted at 9th,
and their best defensive player. He's been there
Kenny
5
Clark.
years now.
Kenny
no,
Clark?
the other guy,
the
pass rusher from Michigan.
No, he's young.
Oh,
He's
Sean Gary.
Jair's older than him.
Yeah.
But Gary's been there. He signed a new contract.
He came out early too.
Yeah, he's like 4 years, 5 years.
Kenny Clark's
I said 5 years.
Yeah, Kenny Clark's the best offense or defensive player.
You don't think? Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been there probably 7, 8 years now.
Yeah, he got drafted at 19. He's young.
6 years. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
I don't even think he's 27 yet.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a whole new team.
Right.
I thought
it's going to be a whole new year again.
Not to go back, but I actually think the Bears did a good job in free agency overall. What they did.
I like the Swift pickup for sure.
I like the Everett.
Yeah, and that was completely nobody even talked about it.
It was like they picked him up and okay, well that's cool. That's nice to have. I mean,
I don't know. He screwed me in fantasy a couple years back. So.
And there it is.
Penny thinks the same way I do because
he's okay, but I don't think he didn't propel me. He wasn't one of the better ones.
I've had him when he's done good.
But he's that guy. He's the guy.
Now you got two tight ends. You still got who's the other guy?
Cole Kmet.
No, but they had the old Packer guy too.
Oh,
Big Bob. I don't think Big Bob.
Williams. I think he's
no, the other guy.
Bob Tunyon.
Oh, Bob Tunyon. He was a 1 year deal, so I don't know if they got him back. I don't know.
Well, I would assume not.
It's an upgrade from Tunyon to go up to Everett.
Yeah.
But Tunyon. Remember, Tunyon blew out his knee, and that was his first year.
Yeah, and
back.
this year will be a good year for him. I think he'll be back. He'll be fine. I mean, the safety they picked up, I thought was a good safety. A little older, but they need that.
They needed him.
They dumped.
You're talking about the Packer guy that came?
No, the Bears.
Who's bringing the gymnast?
The guy from Tennessee. Oh, yeah, they picked him up too.
Yeah.
Simone Biles.
No more layovers.
Mrs. Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Simone Biles.
She loves Green Bay, except for when he leaves, and all of a sudden it's
he's
like
a depth pickup. That's what they'll do.
Yeah.
Because they got.
Who was
Taylor Johnson was the best thing they did by far. They had to do that. I'm glad they got the deal done. There's no. I mean, he's a good cornerback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. I don't know, but he's good. He does his job, does well.
That defense is very good.
Yeah, they played when mine and Sweat made a huge difference. We talked about it last year. They turned the corner and just we'll see.
Do you guys?
Everybody got better though.
Well, who's the safety that I like? Jeez.
Oh, the kid that Brisker.
He's just
nuts.
flying
but
around.
He's the next
injury.
Yeah, guy. He reminds me of Bob Sanders. He's gonna kill himself.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill himself. He will. He'll be dead by.
I love watching him.
Dude, he's all over, and he's got the labor every time up, shoulders hurt, gets back up. 3 plays later, shoulders hurt again.
He gets knocked. He gets knocked out. Wait, he gets knocked out, misses a play, goes back in.
He did in a game we went last year. Went to a game, he got knocked out. Concussion. Back 3 plays later.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not.
They're just shaking his head. Yeah, the marbles are back in line.
Sounds like a Yahtzee cup.
Yeah.
Bouncing out.
Who's your safeties coach? Chuck Cecil? Chuck said he's all right.
So I think actually both teams did good in free agency overall. Packers and Bears. They've done a good job, I think. And
who do you think did the best for free agency?
Out of the league?
Yep.
I'd have to. Let me see something here.
Tennessee
and the Jets filled
the
the
Jets.
I'm gonna go with
holes.
I'm gonna go with
Miami.
Just because of the sign they made one nice sign. I think it's gonna make them huge. I'm gonna go with Houston with Daniel Hunter. I think that's gonna make their defense better.
Daniel
helps a ton. Daniel, I call him.
Right.
Daniel.
He screwed me in fantasy.
Captain and Daniel.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He's a defensive end.
I don't know. I don't know if he screwed you somehow. Speaking of football just a little bit, is this an issue or a story? Cooper DeJean being a white guy and being a D-back? Why is that a big deal?
What's
because he's
going
to be the first cornerback in the NFL since the Seahorn.
Yeah, white cornerback.
So it's a white guy who gives.
Does that really matter in the end?
Yeah, because there isn't any.
Jesus Christ!
What?
No, I mean,
where's Bomani Jones? We need a conspiracy theory.
Well, tell him the truth.
I'm just irritated that turned into a story at one point.
He was actually a better basketball player than he was a football player.
Can you imagine if, say, in like hockey, it's like, oh, He's a black guy playing right wing. We haven't had a black right winger in years since Jerome McGinley. It's like it's not.
No, there's been a couple since then.
I know there has been. I'm just joking.
Who'd you guys say did a good job? Who'd you think did a good job in free agency? I'm sorry to hear you guys.
The Jets and Titans and
just throwing them out.
I said Miami got rebuilt their D backs.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're decent back there.
They lost some big guys though.
They lost to two of their best pass rushers. The kid that blew his ACL, he left.
Didn't they lose an offensive lineman
Where
too?
he signed the kid that blew his not ACL, he blew his Achilles out.
One of the defensive ends you're talking about?
Yeah, like Lanky
Aaron Rodgers?
Number 15 he was, I believe. Weird number.
For the Dolphins?
Yeah. And he signed elsewhere. And then the kid Wilkins, not Wilkins.
It's something like that, though. It's
who's the defensive tackle?
Yeah, you're right. It's Wilkins.
Yeah. That's huge. Wilkins was a monster. He was a beast. I can't remember the guy's name, though, that hurt his you remember, Willie? Guy that hurt his Achilles.
That Dolphins team is either going to win the Super Bowl or finish in last place next year. I could see that.
Especially if they sign OBJ during discussion too.
I don't know. It's a goddamn freak show over there. And now they're talking about trading Tua. It's a rumor.
Well, they're talking about Tua. They reset the clock, and they said if they can get they could trade up somehow and get to the top 10.
Number 9.
Who?
Number 9.
Jalen Phillips. So you're thinking about?
Yeah, Phillips. Yeah, Jalen. Yeah. Where do you end up going? You know, because he got signed. I think he was a free agent. Someone signed him. And with Achilles, I'm like, dang, he won't be back for the start of the season. Well, he might be.
As long as he's there for the playoffs.
One of them went to Kansas. Somebody went to Kansas City big.
Oh, and they lost Van Ginkel, too. He went to the Vikings.
Yeah. Vikings had a very sneaky good.
Yeah. God. Besides the quarterback situation, but
yeah, but they're going to draft.
But why do girls? They got Dalvin Cook. I mean, they got Aaron Jones.
Can we stop real quick? Yeah. Why do girls land on their faces without putting their hands out?
Because she was hooked. Did you see it?
Hey, I know, but it happens a lot.
Dude, it happens when you like pass out, you fall forward, and you can't put your hand out.
Have you ever heard anybody have that?
Couple people.
She like landed on her face.
Yeah, she did.
Oh my God! It's like watching Steve Young get tackled. It's like he just hits with his head.
I think
every
Minnesota
time.
had a sneaky good free agency because they're going to have $120 million for space next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty much taking a loss this year.
Yeah, but they've got
it's going to be a way tougher division.
And I don't think they had a chance at Kirk. Kirk doesn't want to leave. I don't think.
I agree. I think that was the best thing that happened.
His wife's from Atlanta area anyway. I think it's a good pickup by the Falcons. I really do. It's going to change that team.
I don't.
He hates Cousins.
You don't think he's better than Ritter?
Jesus. Oh, he's better than Ritter.
Oh my God!
But I think too much money. Like
if they can afford it though, with the rookie receipt, Drake London's contract is young.
So what? Okay.
What is
Bijan Robinson
showing you?
Right.
No, but I mean,
but it could be front. I don't know. Maybe it's $50 million up front, $60 million in the first year, and then next couple years,
like
it's
$80 million. Like
perfect then.
Yeah. So what would be a successful 4 years for them then? What would they have to do?
They can win the division for sure.
All right, and then lose in the first round the next 4 years.
I mean I think that's a misnomer that sticks around with Cousins. I mean, his team.
He's won one playoff game.
But he's playing on crappy teams and he gets them in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. He was an MVP candidate last year until he got hurt.
Yeah,
he was.
In the year, his stats were awesome.
And their
last
defense
year.
got worse when he got hurt. It all went together.
They should have traded him to the Jets. He would have never got. Oh, maybe Cup would have got hurt.
I like Cousins. I think Cousins is underrated.
Well, there's a new coach, isn't there right away?
Where?
Didn't the Jets didn't Atlanta just hire a new coach?
Yeah, they hired Raheem Morris.
Yeah, but Arthur Blank's like 87 years old, so he wants a Super Bowl before he dies. He's not going to get it in the next 4 years.
You don't think Cousins? Really? I think he could.
I hope he proves me wrong because it would be fun to see actually someone throw to the weapons that they have.
If we talked 7 years ago and I said Matthew Stafford's going to win a Super Bowl, you guys would have said the same thing.
Who?
Matthew Stafford. You guys would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
You would have.
I love Cousins.
You would have said the same thing, right? If I said Matthew Stafford's going to win a Super Bowl eventually in his career, and you guys said, no way.
With the Lions?
No, I'm just saying in his career. Now, I didn't
Well,
say
7 years ago, he's with the Lions,
okay.
though.
But I'm just saying, Kirk Cousins could do it too.
I've liked Kirk Cousins since the start.
I always liked Kirk Cousins, yeah.
I don't dislike Kirk Cousins.
I get him in fantasy every year.
I just think he's a mediocre quarterback.
And the NFC top teams are gone.
That throws for 5,000 yards and
I know
35 touchdowns every year.
But he's like Willie.
I would love that.
He's like Willie at
I would love
Dirtball.
that mediocrity in Chicago.
Fucking
no shit.
Right. Well, it's empty hits. All it is, just like Willie at Dirtball.
It's like Packer fan with a kicker.
Finkel and Einhorn. Oh shit. We don't get kickers right either, so it doesn't matter. We screw everything up in Chicago.
Right.
The double doink.
Yeah, double doink.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not criticizing the Bears for what they did. I want the Bears to be, I hope Caleb Williams works out. I hope the Bears are good because or what?
JD McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy's going to go to the Bears.
She's already in Chicago, right down the road in St. Charles, right?
Right.
Her and Donnie.
I like.
Are they?
I live in St. Charles.
I didn't know that.
Because she's from that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually have a Wahlburgers in St. Charles because of them.
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
we'll have to stop in there and say
I think
hi.
Jane Daniels is going to be the best quarterback out of those three. I do.
I think Jane Daniels
It's going to be the worst.
I'm
It could
not
be. I
saying-
mean, it could
don't
be.
know.
We don't even know. It's every year. It's a crapshoot with
depends
these
where they
quarterbacks.
go.
Watching him when he was at ASU at Arizona State and watching him last year at LSU, it's a completely different player.
Yeah, but the receivers down at LSU were
He had Brandon Ayuk at ASU though.
but the receivers they had down at LSU
Plus, he had
were
Herm Edwards, though,
lightning.
too.
Night and day better.
Yeah.
Night and day better than most teams get.
Yeah, but Washington's got 3 NFL wide receivers as well. So
does Ohio State's got like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Harrison's going to be the best player.
I don't know. I like Harrison. If the Bears were getting him, that'd be great.
Right.
But I
can
mean,
you believe Justin Jefferson went as far back as he did and how good he is? And Harrison's going to be the number one, should be the number one pick in a normal year. Like,
well, he's going to Arizona no matter what, unless something happens between because they just re-upped with Kyler Murray, which I thought was insane.
Right.
I think he's. Now he's a guy.
He's
I would
talented
take
again.
Kirk Cousins over him in a heartbeat. Not even close. Kyler
I would do that.
Kyler puts up huge numbers, and then like he loses interest by week 8 every year.
Watching Hard Knocks, he is not part of football. He doesn't want to.
Well,
he has. I mean, dude, it was crazy.
He's,
that
he's
Hard Knocks,
Anthony Rendon.
If you never watched
Anthony
Hard Knocks,
Rendon?
you never watched Hard
Rendon.
Knocks ever. You never watched it.
No, me
Watch
neither.
the Arizona Cardinal season, and you will be like, I am so glad he's not the quarterback on my team.
Yeah.
Well, when he had that issue with the video game stuff, I was thinking you're not committed to winning if you're spending all your time
when
prepping for your game.
Yeah, when you have a team that puts clauses in that you have to study the playbook,
That's what I'm saying.
You
that's
watched
an
that
issue.
Hard Knocks with Kyler Murray.
That's what I'm saying.
Colt McCoy was the
Right.
leader. He was in charge, and he wasn't even a starter.
Right.
So would you say Kyler Murray is more physically talented than like say Tom Brady was in his prime?
Oh
yes.
And
But it doesn't
so the
matter.
difference,
Hey.
so the difference is somebody that actually works hard to
It's
get
all
there.
what's between the years, man.
It's a lot of
Well,
it.
and it's a system too.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's multiple
could be the
factors,
smart- we
obviously,
could know.
but-
We could all go out there and know how to read defense to figure it out. We couldn't do what they did. But if you got it between the years and could do just work at it and get better, just a little better,
Like
Tom
Kirk
Brady
Cousins.
or Tom Brady.
Again,
Get in between the years. That's it. That's all it is. Just gotta have it in between the years. That's it. You think Peyton Manning had the best arm ever in
No.
football?
No.
He was garbage.
that's why.
No, he wasn't even top 5 his freshman year.
Well, why do you
He's
think
a-
teams
he's a-
are still trading for somebody like Aaron Rodgers,
to-
who's 40 years old
To
now?
prove your point, though, Tony Romo, when he left Dallas and he went in the booth, he was dissecting plays in advance of them running them the entire game.
And then they got him off of that now, which he's not. He's hard to
I
listen
hate
to
it.
now.
I hate
It's
it.
awful.
I wish it had gone back because the strategist and stuff, the guy that actually pays attention to football, wants to know what he's seeing because he sees everything ahead of time.
His first 2
He's working on
years
his
were
golf game
awesome.
too much now.
Tony
watching enough
Romo,
tape.
Maybe.
really underrated.
He's pretty good, but
He is.
Absolutely.
For being underrated and going to one of the better scorers in the league for a couple years.
Another guy that didn't win
and then
many
broke
playoff
and
games.
then broke his back and basically ended him.
Yeah,
So-
how many playoff games did he win?
More than one.
He won a few, I think.
Well, he lost that one where he fumbled a snap on the extra pointer field goal.
Remember that? It's the holder.
In Seattle. Seattle might went to the Super Bowl that year and won it.
Did Parcells draft him?
Yeah. Parcells started him.
he cleaned house down there and revamped the team with draft picks and free.
Yeah, but
agents.
wasn't
Who was the starter that he benched over him? Who was the guy that was the starter? And they said he's a screw it. I'm going to start this kid.
Wasn't
It was
Garrett,
a pretty high profile guy. It was a guy that's
Jason
been around.
Garrett?
wasn't Garrett. Garrett
wasn't the dude from Michigan, was it?
Not Drew Henson.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
I want to say like someone like it was
Well,
someone
look it
like
up on
a
your phone.
washed up guy. It was
Look it up
like,
on your phone.
for some reason Steve Stenstrom comes in my mind, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
wasn't
him.
Sean Payton the offensive coordinator for Dallas at that time too? And that's why
Yes.
that was part of the reason why
Yes. Mhm.
Romo
Was it?
went there because he was an Eastern.
Oh, might have been, yeah.
The coach at Eastern called and said, "Hey, you need to check this kid out."
Yeah, maybe it was. But I thought he was undrafted though. Romo.
He was undrafted, 4-time Pro Bowler.
Wow. Yeah,
How many playoff wins?
I get it.
He took over for Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
That's who it was. Yeah, Bledsoe.
God, Bledsoe played a long time.
Yeah.
He played for the Chargers too.
No, he was drafted by the
New England went
Patriots.
to Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
So Sean Payton said they were interested in him before the draft.
Right. And I don't think they scouted him in person. All they did was watch tape on him.
Shanahan also liked him when he was with the Broncos. Mike Shanahan.
But they already had color. I'm just kidding. They might have. I don't remember.
So they had at the time Quincy Carter, Chad Hutchinson.
That was it. Chad Hutchinson. That's the guy I couldn't think of.
Then they signed Vinny Testaverde.
That was Parcells' guy though.
And then traded a 3rd round pick for Drew Henson.
Henson?
Yep. They had those 4 quarterbacks ahead of him.
Quincy.
Here comes Tony Romo.
Carter was released because of allegations of substance abuse.
That's right.
And that's how
he go to Georgia. Would he go to Georgia, Quincy Carter?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then Romo served as placeholder for kicks. Then they signed Drew Bledsoe to replace Testaverde.
And then Dak Prescott took Romo's job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a 3rd round pick too.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
I think Dak's kind of underrated too. I know he's has problems sometimes, but he's still a good quarterback. He's better than a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that aren't as good as him.
How many playoff wins?
Oh, I turned it off. I forgot.
I don't think he has a lot.
I'll look it back up while you guys are babbling about shit.
Well, isn't there a thing out there? They haven't won a playoff game since like when they won the last Super Bowl or something like that.
It's gotta be, yeah, maybe.
So maybe he never won one. Mormon, or maybe never won one either.
I didn't think Romo won one.
I still think it's some crazy stat. They haven't won a playoff game since like 90 something. I mean, they've been to the playoffs, but they haven't.
so?
They haven't won many. Obviously,
postseason games. Start 10 games. Oh, jeez, they're not helping me out here.
Hop's going away again.
Oh yeah, Hop, let's see what Hop said.
He had 2 wins.
This is going to be a larger and larger problem with the ease of gambling for athletes, he said. This is talking about Ohtani.
Okay.
Then he said it was laid out in the ESPN story, which you must have saw the same story you were talking about, Ed, the timeline story. The Vikings aren't taking Wilson, and then the 6th pick will be included in another trade, which may be a 3rd or 4th pick. I don't know what that means.
Oh, no, the Bear. I think
Wilson who?
Rusty.
Huh?
Rusty
Well,
Wilson.
the Bears pick can go from a
Zach.
6th to a 4th.
Wade Wilson.
So this one says Romo's playoff record is 9-13, but that sounds crazy. He didn't play 13 years.
Well, that'll only be 22 games, so it could be.
That's a lot of playoff games.
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs that many times.
2-4.
Oh, so he's won 2. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of those AI ones where they just grab
Romo
shit
made
off
6 playoff starts and went just 2-4.
Yep, that's
twice as better than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. So he's got the same number of wins as our 2-time MVP.
I'm gonna buy a Cousins jersey to piss off Tim and wear it every week.
Petey, where are you on Cousins?
I'm gonna get a number 8 jersey, Falcons, and put Kalino on the back and give it to you.
I'm gonna get a fucking Steelers Fields jersey. And
Cool. You have someone who go like, why the fuck I spend my money on this thing?
Actually, I want to get a Chiefs Taylor Swift jersey.
Ooh. Kelsey, his number, and then Swift above it.
No,
Nice.
Swift 69.
It'd be 13. That's her favorite number.
Oh, it is.
So you asked about Cousins and stuff, and I have a little bit of an issue with him personally going to Atlanta
Because of fantasy.
No,
I had him, and he
no,
fucked me over.
This is going to be a legitimate point, not fantasy football, but the reality is that he's a business guy first and foremost. He went to a place where he could add to his resume for the salary he's earned over the course of time. And so somebody that's willing to overpay him, he's definitely not a guy that's going to give a discount. He wasn't going to go to a team that he'd fit in with and have more weapons and stuff. He's okay with developing with whatever they have.
Don't they have weapons in Atlanta though?
They do, but I don't know what their O-line looks like.
London Pitts and Bijan Robinson.
I feel like they ran for their life. I had Bijan in one of my leagues, and he didn't get a lot of yards in some of the games.
Because they didn't play the ball.
I know that.
That's Arthur Smith. That's not anything to do with the offense.
I know that, but now
and Algier had a ton of yards, a good amount of yards too.
Yeah,
So the
right.
offensive line blocked okay.
That's after
And
Cordell
Patterson had yards
Patterson.
too.
Yeah.
But now you throw Kirk Cousins on the team. Does that have an impact and allow them to run a little bit better because they can pass a little bit better, or
I think
vice
Bijan
versa?
Robinson gets 70% of the carries like he should have last year. This year.
Listen, I don't disagree with that, but I'm saying in general, because you asked, how I feel about
yeah.
Cousins. I feel like he's not going anywhere to necessarily win a Super Bowl. He's going to the best financial situation for himself.
You make a good point. Has anybody in football history ever maximized their value more than Kirk Cousins?
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Reggie White.
Oh, you're talking just financial dollars.
Financial,
any player
overpaid for what he's produced.
A lot of players have done
OBJ.
No, I mean,
how about the dude
for his
that-
whole career.
How about the dude that smashed Albert Hainsworth? Let's say him off the top.
Jadavian Clowney gets huge deals all the time. I think he's awful.
That's another good one though.
Awful.
That's a good one.
Also, really serious.
Right.
He's
Well,
awful.
Well, they're
but
talking.
that's
He
a
might
good
be signing
one.
with the Jets.
How about
For
how
big
about-
money
I'm going to tell
again.
you right now. How about Chase Young?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're going to New
he's still
Orleans.
young.
Watch him run around like this for 4 or 5 plays.
Going to New Orleans.
And then make a great play. What the hell was that?
Scott.
I totally agree with you on that, by the way.
Scott. Scott check.
My neck hurts.
I mean, you could argue Khalil Mack got huge deals and didn't really pan out.
But
He had good
lately-
numbers.
Cousins is, like you said, he's not a top of the line guy, probably.
But I watch that quarterback. He puts the work in. He does everything he's supposed to.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying he gets 2 and 3 year contracts
Yeah.
when people need him.
Yeah.
Correct.
And he maximizes his value.
And he's willing to go to something that's desperate, like an Art.
He knows there's
Art
going to be
Moreno,
somebody.
or whatever the guy. What's the guy? down
Art
there?
Moreno, the
No,
owner of
it's
the
the wrong owner.
Angels?
The wrong owner. But point being that the guy that basically saying I'm 84 and I'm going to die soon. I want to win a title before I die.
Arthur Blank.
Arthur Blank. Thank you. But point being, there's a couple of owners that are like that.
Well, Cousins is also going to drive the Home Depot NASCAR too this year. That's part of his contract.
Right.
Doesn't
I
Arthur
wonder how
Blank-
many times he's
doesn't-
going to Magic City.
Doesn't he own Home Depot?
Oh, yeah.
Arthur Blank, or he
yeah.
did.
Arthur Blank. Yeah, there you go.
Magic City. The wings are good, I heard.
Cousins has made $231 million through 2023, the 4th highest total in NFL history.
We're the first 4.
Only players with more: Aaron Rodgers,
Worth it.
probably Stafford,
Super
Maybe.
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
and
Maybe.
Russell Wilson.
Not worth it.
Well, he was early
Super
on.
Bowls. Should've won two
I'm with
Super
you,
Bowls.
Scott.
Should've won
He-
two.
Early on, he was.
Yeah.
And if you get him another situation, did he take a
He
discount?
won 1, right?
Yeah, but he should have won 2.
Does he take a discount to go to Pittsburgh?
Cousins the
Is
only
that
one without a
discount
ring.
deal?
No, he got sent
I
there.
know.
So
He got a
he's
big
he's still
salary.
getting paid.
Okay.
It's a
League
Denver's
minimum,
paying-
but these
Right.
are-
He signed a
Denver's
vet
paying-
minimum.
Yeah. So it's a Moneyball concept. This is how much Denver likes you. They're paying.
Yeah.
They're paying.
No,
they're
it's-
paying you to play against us.
It's the Bill Belichick concept. Oh, you used to be good and you're cheap. I want you.
Yeah. We're going to put you in a spot that's going to make you flourish.
Yes.
So he's on a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh now. He's almost done.
This is it. Last year's deal, right, Tim? This
So
last year of his
that'll-
deal, Russell Wilson? Yeah, because they said it's 1 year and he's done there.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought he could get traded to the Vikings at one point. I mean, you mentioned that earlier, having the 2 quarterbacks there, but I could see him running out.
You guys want to start guessing the career earnings leaders? Because now with this new contract, we already just said Aaron Rodgers number 1, $342 million. Cousins is second with $331 million.
Okay.
Rodgers might get another contract.
Stafford's up there, right?
Stafford is third.
Right.
Then Russell Wilson. Now,
Jared-
let's start guessing.
Jared Goff.
No.
Now, is it all quarterbacks still? We're still done quarterbacks?
No.
Okay.
Aaron.
There are some.
Aaron Donald?
Well,
I
Aaron
got
Donald.
I got Tyreek Hill.
nope.
OBJ.
Nope.
How about DeAndre Hopkins?
Who? Wait a second. Who's? Did you say Flacco?
No.
Oh, I thought.
I'll say Flacco.
It's
Flacco.
Flacco. I thought you. I was like, did you say that?
And where'd he go?
Would you take Flacco over Kirk Cousins?
Flacco's in Indy, right?
Is this another AI list that doesn't make any sense?
No, this one's right. It's
your face. I can't say yes. That's where your face at. I can't say yes to this question.
So Flacco was one of them, which is crazy. Okay, there's
Because I know Cousins won't nap in between snaps.
2 more quarterbacks. 2 more quarterbacks in the top 10.
Tom Brady.
Garoppolo.
No.
Tom Brady's on there. Yeah, Tom Brady always.
I would like to see where Tom Brady is because he always
Cam Newton.
Can't. I don't think he played.
No. Baker Mayfield.
Almost. The quarterbacks are still playing.
Still playing, huh?
Danny
And-
Dimes.
How about Jimmy Garoppolo?
No.
I said Garoppolo.
No, it's a good guess though.
Danny Dimes.
Nope.
David Carr.
David Carr's in
Yeah.
the number 10.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, I know what he meant.
Not the same guy.
So Derek Carr,
They're brothers, okay?
number 10.
Who got sacked more?
If I said Jim Hawbrick or Pete, Jim's way cooler. So it's not the
That's
same.
debatable.
Well,
Depends-
no, that's not a debate. That
Depends on who you talk to.
No, that's it. The bench warmers have already come to that conclusion many times.
Wow.
So there's 1 quarterback left.
What AFC, NFC?
AFC.
Mahomes. No.
Oh, it's not Mahomes. It's got to be Mahomes. You mean $500 million?
He hasn't made it yet.
You said AFC?
AFC.
How about
And he was a bench player at the end of this year.
Oh, Titans backup quarterback.
Tannehill.
That's who the Bears should sign.
So now we got three
Might be
other.
too much, but I agree with that.
So now we got three. I think they're all defensive ends.
I'm gonna go with
Kenny Clark.
How about Cam Hayward?
Nope.
No, not Cam Hayward. Yeah, that's the guy
Cam
from the
Hayward
Saints.
from
Yeah.
the Saints,
No,
yeah.
one
of the Bosas.
One used to play for the Lions.
Just like doing that.
One of the Bosas has to be there.
Used to play for the Lions.
Khalil Mack.
Yep.
Cam Sutton, the guy who just got arrested. Talk about him.
Snacks.
Snacks.
No, Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Steppy.
Then Denver.
Oh, Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Yeah.
There's one more. I don't even know who it would.
Von Miller's with Buffalo.
Yeah.
So
there's another guy that
I'd have to look up who this Trent Williams.
Oh, yeah, he's an offensive lineman.
Left tackle.
Oh, he's offensive.
Left tackle.
Okay, that's why I don't know.
And he's worth the money.
San Francisco, right?
San Fran. He's.
Okay.
I think he's still there, free agent this year.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, still
it's
there.
one more year.
Yeah, and he's 36, so it might be.
So those are the 10.
Trent Williams is worth every penny. I wouldn't say he's overpaid. That dude's
No,
a
that
beast.
could worth money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Von Miller was another guy that got in trouble for domestic abuse this past year.
And got multiple. He's that's not his first.
And then he
either.
was injured for 6 games. He
Right.
tore his Achilles.
But a girl didn't accuse him of doing butt things, so he's fine to play. Trevor Bauer.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
What? He can still play though because NFL doesn't mind getting a girl kicked
What'd
in
you
the
say?
face.
What'd you say? What stuff?
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff. Oh, what's the word of the day?
Quit screaming, everybody. You're all really good at that.
The word of the day was butt stuff.
The secret word of the
Because I said butthole, but I wasn't close.
Not close enough. I said butt stuff.
Yes.
Glad you came,
Screaming,
Pete.
everybody. You're all really good at that.
Every time I say butt stuff, Pete comes. All right.
Quit
Hey,
screaming, everybody.
Willie, don't we have
You're all really
birthdays?
good at that.
Birthdays, Willie. Birthdays with Willie.
I gotta write this down because he cheats.
Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is the day. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Dear someone today.
Pete, when's your birthday?
October 8th.
Yeah,
October.
my day before mine.
That's wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
We should have a birthday party together and have like a pin the tail on a donkey.
You just had your birthday party in Mexico for your 50th.
Yeah, it's 2 years late.
That was for your 50th.
I went for his 50th. Nobody else showed up.
Thanks for the invite.
I left him
You were
somewhere.
invited.
To the 50th?
Everyone was
Actually, I
invited.
did go
2 years ago.
No, we never went.
I went.
This was it.
I went that year.
I thought you were doing
But
a COVID thing.
That was I got COVID in Mexico that year. You guys didn't go.
I'm going to say this right now. Juju Watkins, the
Yeah.
point guard for
She'll be
USC.
better, end up better than Kalen Clark.
Yeah,
she's going to be the
she's
face
legit.
of women's basketball. Yeah.
Oh, there she was right there, right?
Yep.
She's pounded at 3.
Hey, Hop, did you see that?
No.
Okay.
Isn't that funny?
All right, go ahead.
I've had many people say that. That's an Sorry.
All right,
Amber's
let's go,
always
Willie.
pounding threes.
We'll let Pete start.
Sorry.
Yeah, Pete, you can start. Yeah.
All right.
Start what?
Sometimes
Birthdays.
she's pounding 4.5.
What are we doing?
We're guessing birthdays. You ready?
Let's go, Willie.
All right, here we go. Tom Glavine.
It's his birthday?
No, yeah, I guess how old he is.
How old is he?
Oh,
No, you gotta sing happy birthday. It's your turn.
63.
63's never played this game before.
He's never 63. That's never an answer. No, I'm just kidding.
That's like
If the birthday, if he's 69 years old and you guess it, you get 2 points, not 1. But if you guess 69, you lose a point.
yeah, you lose a point on 69.
Well,
Right,
you know
let's
why
go,
we do
Timmy.
that? Because 69
it's a risk.
is a sexual.
What are we
Oh, no,
doing?
no.
Higher or lower?
Which
No,
one?
No, it's
no.
Tim's turn.
Are we going counterclockwise?
Yeah, Tom
going this
Tom
way.
Oh, we're
Glavine.
going that way this time. Tom
Going
Glavine.
clockwise?
Yeah.
57.
Good old Tommy. Tom Glavine's going to be 55. No, got a sweet spot right there for you. 55, 57.
63, I said.
I'm going 59.
59, no. He's 58.
Oh. Yeah,
All right,
you got to
Timmy.
guess it on the head.
Timmy.
This ain't cliffhanger.
John Stockton.
That fucking nut. He's 84.
Oh, that's
He's 84. That's an official guess. I heard it.
No. 85 draft. That's 40. 63.
He's older than Emmett Walsh.
84, you said? I'm sorry, wait, what'd you say?
63.
63, okay. I'm going to say 62.
Damn it.
Timmy's good at this.
All right, Scott. Buster Posey.
Oh, he's still young.
Busta. Is he still playing?
No.
43.
39.
41.
38.
37.
Oh.
I told you, he was still young.
Today is your birthday.
He got destroyed on a play at home plate where somebody tried to block the play.
Ed.
Yeah.
Rick Barry.
Ugh.
God, that's a long one.
Probably one of the most disliked NBA players
He shot granny shots.
ever, even by his own teammates.
Say 73.
77.
74.
Oh, I don't like the way he's looking at you. He's giving you that look.
He set me up for the kill. I don't want to do it.
No.
70.
80.
Oh,
wow.
I was closer.
Today, you guys threw me off.
Dear, happy to
Denny
you.
McClain.
Oh, man, that's a long way.
Who's oh, I know. Never mind.
Is that a pitcher for Detroit?
Detroit. He still holds the record for most wins
Doesn't he have the
in a
most
season.
Doesn't he have the most record for wins on LSD? Oh wait, wrong guy.
Wrong guy. He was in prison though.
71.
68.
Try to go
69. Yeah, -1. I had one to spare.
He's 81.
80.
Yeah.
Damn.
Close.
Timmy?
I was trying to remember how far when he had that year in 68, you know.
Right.
He won 30,
He was about
right?
26, 27, I figured. I was off by a year.
Timmy. Earl Campbell.
Oh, we don't
Where's
have
the
it up yet.
picture?
We gotta get it put back up.
Where's the Simpsons picture, too? It's on
We gotta get it put back up. They're all back there. We're gonna hang them all.
He is shit. Trying to think like my first memories of seeing him like bowling over people. 71.
$66.
69.
Damn it.
69.
I figured who's going to get the Earl Campbell one? The guy that wears the jersey.
Right. Jennifer Capriati.
Oh man.
South Florida.
52.
Oh shit.
I think she's around our age.
I'll say 50.
It's a great sandwich.
54.
I'm gonna go 53.
48.
Dang.
Well, around our age. I was close. Closer to you guys than me.
I like to do butt stuff with
So
her.
you're saying we there we go.
Who's up?
I'm up. Yeah,
Ed,
Capriati was just up.
Peyton Manning.
Omaha.
I have no idea.
Kansas City.
Let me rest my nuts on your head.
46. I don't know.
43.
45.
Someone say 44?
No.
44.
48.
Damn.
Ooh. Wow, he's old.
Shut up. That's Pete's age.
Pete's up.
You're what, 49 now?
Yep. Reba McEntire.
Oh,
that sassy redhead.
67.
Jesus
I
Christ.
thought Peter would have got that one. He loves those redheads.
68.
It's like having Bradley over here.
Did you guys have a meeting every week, all you redheads? Did you have to celebrate a birthday with cupcakes this week?
Too many.
Red velvet.
What is that, velvet?
What were the guesses? I'm sorry.
You can't ask. It's a rule.
I'm going to say she's 57.
63.
70.
It's going to be 64.
69.
Is she really?
Oh, now I got a bone. I got that little bitty boner. It's Reba.
Peanut gallery.
I know. I heard
You know, it's funny when you hear it from the other room.
from the bar. Is your dad fixing a lawnmower over there? Or what's going on?
I think my gerbil's loose.
All right, Richard Gere.
All right, ready? Jennifer Grey.
Her nose is 27.
I
The rest of her-
had the time of my life.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Whose turn?
Jerry Orbach did.
Yours.
66.
Swayze put her in a corner and they had him murdered.
Say she's 58.
Wolverines. 54.
61.
64.
Wow.
Man, she
I
looks
know
good
she was
for
older.
age. Yeah.
Leslie Mann.
Nice.
She's from all the.
Judd Apatow's wife.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
40-year-old virgin.
She had that real squeaky voice.
This is 30.
This is 40.
This is 40.
Leslie Mann is going to be 45.
50.
55.
53.
52.
Damn it.
Damn, she's my age.
Got a chance with that squeaky voice,
Yeah.
Brud.
Amy Smart.
Ooh.
Smart.
Who's that?
From Road Trip.
Road Trip.
Right?
Yeah, I think she was in
I was
Felicity.
thinking Amy Fisher.
Girlfriend in the movie.
Oh, Breckin Myers.
Breckin Myers'
From
girlfriend, right?
Robot
Yeah.
Chicken. Yeah.
Amy Smart. Yeah, Amy Smart. Yeah.
I'm going to say
She was also in American Pie, wasn't she? Or no?
no.
She
Was
played
she,
like a
was
bit
she seeing
weird part?
Zach and Mir made a porno?
Oh yeah, she might have been that one. Yeah.
51.
37.
I don't know. Shit. I don't know.
35.
Ooh, I'm gonna say she's 45.
48.
Oh, so you laugh at me. I was way closer.
I have no idea who she is.
Me neither.
You guys don't know who Amy Smart? You know?
No.
Yeah, you know who she is.
I do not.
Because your boobies.
Don't tell- It's Petey.
P.
What's up?
Keira Knightley.
23.
So she was in her first movie when she was 3.
Wasn't she in all those jail movies?
No, she was
She was in like some movie.
17 when she was in
She's like Robin Hood or something like that.
no, what was the fucking stupid Christmas movie? British Christmas movie
Oh,
with Hugh
Scrooge,
Grant.
that type one.
Hugh Grant.
Yeah, it sounds stupid already. I'm done with her.
He's a pervert.
45.
Keira Knightley is going to be 42 and a half.
47.
39.
Ooh.
Yeah.
23 was close, Petey.
You said 23?
I don't know.
You better concentrate. This is a big deal. We haven't even played.
Is it?
We haven't even started Shake a Day yet either.
Timmy. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Horseface.
Yeah.
55.
I'm moldy, bitch.
That's Matthew Broderick's wife, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh,
Sure is.
I'm going to say she's 62.
Take a quarter.
64.
Go downtown.
52.
59.
She's gross.
Take this quarter. Go downtown. Get a fucking rat and knock that thing off your face.
your whole face for
Kenosha Kickers.
Who's up? You?
Yep.
Yeah.
Robert Carradine.
Oh,
The Nerds, right?
Yep.
yeah, Lewis.
69.
That was a wasted guess. 65.
75.
71.
70.
Damn it.
You're close.
It's almost as old as our parents. Hair
did he-
pie. Let's go sexually assault a bunch of girls.
I was going to say, didn't he dress up as Darth Vader or whatever in the bouncy room?
Yeah, essentially rape a woman.
Yeah, that was on today.
That's
that
so
scene.
funny. It's funny when he
Name
rapes
another movie that can never be remade.
Oh my god.
2 more, and the last one's always worth 6 points.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's
So
up?
2 more and then 3 more.
3
Look.
more. Yep.
Okay.
Can I win this?
New Patriot.
Yeah, you still
Anybody
win.
can
Who's
win.
up?
Hey,
New Patriot.
he's dancing too. Look at him.
Who's up?
So they got Caleb Williams and Bronny at that same school, huh?
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
up?
I don't know who's up.
And the women's basketball team's the best team.
I did. Who was just the last 2?
I just went. It's Scott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
Carradine.
Lady Gaga.
With or without the makeup?
Without the makeup, she's all right.
With or without a dork.
37.
With the meat outfit?
41.
33.
44.
38.
Damn.
Man, we're not hitting many today.
No.
Do you hit many normally?
Yeah.
Yeah. MC Hammer.
Stop. That's funny shit. I don't care who you are. Let's see. He was a bat boy for the Oakland A's.
He looked like Hank Aaron.
He's older than he's older.
Is he a real MC?
I'm gonna say 61.
64.
66.
68.
62.
Yeah.
And the last
PD
one,
for 6. I get the last shot. You got a chance to win now.
Got a chance.
Elton John. Today's his birthday.
Of course, Petey's got that. I'm done with that.
Am I up?
Yeah.
84.
81. That's what I was going to say.
It's been a long time, that dude.
Come on, Willie.
I want to say.
Nope.
Shut up.
Nope.
I'm gonna say he's the big.
life.
I'm gonna say he's the big 8-0 today, or this week.
82.
77.
Damn.
Ooh.
Man, he looks good.
Ed,
for
you're
his
the
age.
big wiener.
With 2.
With 2.
That's terrible.
Sad. This
This is a dumb game.
Jesus, Petey.
Stupid game.
You're never invited back. This is what we've lived for.
I believe it.
Sad day.
And Ed's wittiness.
So what do you think? What else you guys,
Yes.
you guys got?
Hey, I got Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
First of all,
That's gonna be awesome.
does Mike Tyson bite him?
No.
He's gonna whoop his ass though.
Remember,
You think so though?
Have you seen the videos of him? He looks ripped still.
I thought he beat Buster Douglas back in the day too, and
Yeah, but he's focused on this. He ain't getting beat by some stranger.
And Jake
He
Paul.
needs the money.
Everybody,
how much younger is Jake Paul?
20 years younger.
30, I
He's
think.
probably
30.
32.
I think he's like 57 and Jake Paul's like 27.
Yeah.
remember back in the day, they would ask questions like, would you take a punch from Mike Tyson for $1 million?
And everybody's scared shitless to say yes.
Yeah.
Because I was.
I would
Would you?
I did. I just don't remember it.
for $1 million. One punch.
He could kill you with one punch though.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No. He'd knock you out.
You saying a body
Were you
shot
wearing-
or
were you
right in the
wearing
face?
headgear?
I'd rather take a headshot than a body shot. I
Fuck,
couldn't
are
breathe
you
for
kidding?
4 days. Probably give me the gut.
Your head would rattle, the brain would just rattle around in there.
Yeah, it's rattling around a few times. It's one more time you're gonna kill me.
Jesus.
Yes.
And if I can sign a piece of paper that says my family gets it if I die, I don't care. Then it doesn't matter.
It's better in life insurance policy.
Yeah.
I like this.
It'll pay out.
I mean, everybody's been
And then if you-
bad mouthing
I'll-
Jake Paul,
as
but
a-
it's like he's a legit boxer.
He is.
He's pretty tough.
Who does he go at? Who does he fight after Mike Tyson? Let's say that this
George
goes well.
Foreman. George Foreman.
I think Vanilla Ice.
Oh. Or Greg Brady. Remember, he was in one of those.
Oh yeah.
Danny Bonaducci.
Mhm.
Oscar De La Hoya?
Do you think if
that'd be
Mike
good.
Tyson punched you and knocked you out, you'd be like, "I'm sorry, Scott"? Think you say it like that or no? If I was bleeding,
Isn't it on Prime?
I'm sorry, Scott. Get your money.
Dude, they're gonna make so much money. It's gotta go a ways.
No, but think about
It's
it.
gotta be close.
This is not going to end. If this makes as much money as we all think it will,
They're gonna do a second.
they'll find somebody else for him to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Tyson.
30 years.
Age difference.
Yeah. But,
Because
I
Tyson
mean,
made a crack. He said that he gave Jake Paul his first start in boxing when he was on the undercard when he fought, some championship bout somewhere. And so now it's coming full circle. He's going to basically kill him.
You think Jake Paul's gonna win?
I
mean, if Jake Paul's a decent boxer, I guess it's gonna.
30 years, like the legs of somebody 30 years younger. Like I just envision myself at 20 compared to me now at 50.
About
It's
the
like,
same.
Yeah, really.
It's going to be.
You might be faster now.
Yeah, but it's Mike Tyson.
Tyson's got
I
to
know,
be an
but-
early knockout.
he's in really good shape right now.
But he
too.
could run from Tyson. That's what I'm saying though. He could run from him and
Yeah, you're right.
Can you see him running? Tyson's like, get the fuck back over here.
Then this
Here it
music
is.
plays all the time. Get back here.
it's really not that far off from my point.
You got that quote from Tyson?
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
That's what's gonna happen.
I just, man, I don't know. Pay-per-view, is somebody buying it? And you guys getting it?
No.
What's it on pay per view?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
How else are they going to raise money for
Could be
that?
on Prime or
when is
something,
the
or
fight?
some new.
Thought it was on Prime.
If it's on Prime, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm not even sure when the
Is
fight
it on
is.
Prime?
It's just, they
I already
to,
paid for that.
to Ed's point, they're just showing Mike Tyson working out all the time.
When is
I
that
feel like
fight?
he's going to be a killer.
It's
When was
awesome.
the last time boxing was relevant?
When before MMA.
When Buster Douglas fought
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson was the last relevant boxer, I'd say.
Do you know why though?
Oh no, the Pacquiao was pretty.
Netflix.
It's
Because
on Netflix.
oh,
Wow.
I canceled Netflix.
Oh, come on, watch it here. When is it on?
That's what I'm looking for.
We'll watch it here.
But boxing was wasted by betting, gambling,
Right.
ruined it. So and guys
July
like Don King-
20th.
July.
At the AT&T.
Tap in and they're going to tag team him at some point during the fight. It's going to be 2-on-1.
What?
That's part of it's Netflix.
No way.
You just made that up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
He won't be able to. His brother wrestles for WWE. They won't let him get into a ring.
Yeah, because
part of the contract that his brother's going to be there.
No
Where'd you
way.
see that?
No
CNN
way.
again?
No, Netflix.
Here, use my mic and tell everybody.
CNN.
So Hop knows what's going on.
No, we need to look it up. We need to look it up to make sure.
His brother can tap in. I seen it through ESPN.
So who's a tap in with
Logan Paul and
Evander
Jake Paul.
Holyfield? Gets tap in Mike Tyson.
Buster Douglas again.
Mike Tyson said he'll knock both of them out.
I think I swallowed
At the
a
same
finger.
time.
Remember Holyfield
Yeah.
in that movie? I think I swallowed a finger.
Timmy, I got a wrestling question for you.
All right.
On this day in 1991, who did Hulk Hogan defeat for the WWF?
Andre the
heavyweight title?
Giant?
Nope.
Roddy Ryder Piper.
No.
Stop up now.
What was the question?
1991?
Yep.
So it had to be
I'm going
WCW.
to say WC Fields.
Yes.
What was the actual question though?
Bash at the Beach,
Who did Hulk Hogan defeat for
Was
the WWF heavyweight
Oh,
title?
WWF? Oh,
in
91?
1991.
Jake the Snake Roberts?
No.
I'll give you a clue.
Macho Man.
He wore a hat.
Oh, was it not Sergeant Slaughter?
Bagwell?
Or was it Slaughter?
Oh, Sergeant Slaughter.
First
Yes,
guess.
yeah.
I do remember that.
God,
Fight.
Sergeant Slaughter was still wrestling. Wrestling was so bad back then.
Yeah.
I drove by Rosemont or Allstate Arena, and they had it looked like WWE was there tonight.
Yeah.
There were trucks out, a bunch of tons of semis. It was crazy.
Yeah, Raw's there tonight. There's probably like
Weren't they
12.
just in Milwaukee like last weekend?
Probably.
Yeah, they were.
Ric Flair won
Yeah.
that one
because
last
Monday
night.
night they do
Flair's
live
not
on
in WWE
They do
anymore.
live on TV tonight, right? It's
Yeah.
live. Okay.
It's on.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I don't think I've watched Monday Night Raw, SmackDown like fully in like 2 years.
Yeah, I haven't watched in a long time.
Yeah.
I used to
I
watch
watched
back
it
then
ever.
though.
Sounds weird.
I watched AEW on Wednesday nights, take a gummy and pass out.
Are you a wrestling fan, Petey?
I was back in the day. I just kind of lost it a little bit later on. Just kind
Well,
of
you found out it wasn't
Once like the what was when they
I
went
don't
to the dark side over there and when they
Hollywood Hogan
when
became.
the-
Then I was like, this is too
Yeah.
much BS. So
and then
Yeah, because it's so fake now.
Ricky
And
the
Razor-
Dragon Steamboat was
when-
the man.
when Razor Ramon became Hall and Nash and
Right.
yeah.
No, I actually stopped watching after that one dude was he was going up on those ladders and stuff, and he fell on thumbtacks from like 50 feet up. You know what I'm saying? They like put a briefcase up there.
Yeah,
And,
you-
like Ted
you-
DiBiase would hang a briefcase, and that one dude would go up the ladder, and they'd have
Virgil.
I don't
No,
remember
he's
who the
dead.
guy.
Virgil just died.
He just died,
he was
yeah.
my bad.
Was
the
it
other day.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the guy with the 2x4?
Yeah.
Was he the one that always landed on the thumbtacks?
No.
Did he ever carry a hacksaw?
No. It's
He had the 2x4.
That was weird though. Should we call it 2x4?
And he go,
Yeah.
he go, whoa! He like walk like a bushwhacker and all that.
Yeah.
dumb
He had
stuff.
some health issues too.
Yeah.
Bushwhacker.
Should just be
Yeah,
stunned.
there's-
Tell me
there's-
more.
The
Oh,
bushwhackers
sorry.
were
He
awesome.
walk like this.
Did you say bushwhacker waxer?
Giggity,
Oh, my
giggity, giggity.
Oh my god.
Let's see what else I have on my list. I have a couple.
Yeah,
I got my bench warmer of the week.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
we
bench
don't-
warmer of the week.
All
right.
Mine is Kirk Cousins and his big contract at Atlanta.
You are an asshole.
Was it really? Was that you were gonna pick?
No, hell no. He's
Oh, I
not
was gonna
thinking
say.
that. Go ahead, Tim. What's your bench warmer of the week?
My bench warmer of the week is Dan Monson from Long Beach State.
That's awesome. Yes.
He used to be the coach at Gonzaga way back in the day. Left, went to Long Beach State, been there for 17 years. AD decided to make a change. Told me he was going to be fired after the season, but he was allowed to coach the team through the conference tournament. Won the conference tournament. So he came to the press conference for the opening game for the NCAAs and said, I don't have to answer any questions. I don't have a job. I'm like George Costanza.
Yeah, he brought up the Costanza.
Nice.
Can't stand you.
Fucking awesome.
Bench warmer?
I got a bench warmer of the week. The Nicolay Law guy. Now he's got commercials on TV even. It's like I drive up north 6 hours. I see 47 billboards with him in his glasses. Now he's doing commercials with like Charlie Barron's and stuff.
Yeah, Charlie Barron's one is funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, his portfolio. Here, have a beer.
It's pretty good. Charlie is, yeah, not the Nicolay guy is too.
Yeah, I see him all the time.
He's what?
He's at,
Trip on the gas pumps.
if he's at Bucky's, I'm done. Once he's at Bucky's, I'm out.
Are we going to do a road trip to Bucky's when it opens in DeForest?
Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
ready.
great. Yeah. I mean, I go by there. I'll go by there like every couple of weeks.
All right.
I was just at a Buc-ee's a couple of weeks ago. I stopped. Got some nuggets.
No pictures?
So
I don't
tell
even
me,
know what happened to my. Yeah, I got pictures.
tell me what the segment's about exactly. Just people.
Basically, like unassuming, like.
Oh, I got two then.
Okay.
It's gonna be us, Timmy.
Steven Izzo and Joe Few. If you don't know the last names, you're not really into college basketball, but it's
I'm guessing. I know the Izzo thing.
yeah, Izzo, and then the dude from Gonzaga, his son. So basically, they give them scholarships or let them preferred walk on and get to hang out with their dad the whole time. It's kind of neat, but you know,
Nice.
Talk about
I love nepotism.
kind of lame. Took somebody else's spot chance.
What sport has the worst nepotism?
Swimming.
Baseball's pretty bad
Because nobody wants to swim. You got to practice twice a day. It's awful.
What about football?
The coaching realm, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely in the coaching realm.
Yeah. Good call.
I guess, yeah.
Well, Belichick's kid did it, and
Shanahan.
You could just keep going down the line. But
Willie, bench warmer?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Danny Aykroyd's brother, Jack Golke.
Yeah, he does look like a good call.
His brother, what?
They're drawing comparisons to Danny Aykroyd from Tommy Boy. They had pictures of Danny Aykroyd and they had pictures of Jack Golke, and he looks just like him. In fact, his team was like busting his balls, go, hey, this guy, top scorer of the game, and he's gonna be selling insurance next year. He looks like an insurance guy.
I got a conspiracy theory if you guys want to hear.
Yes.
Dawn dish soap. I think they're creating the oil spills because they're always wiping little baby ducks up with that stuff. You never see them like washing dishes on those goddamn commercials. They're always cleaning ducks. They're selling it with oil spills.
Well, what are they doing for the chocolate? Dove chocolate.
I said,
what's the conspiracy with that one?
What chocolate?
Dove chocolate.
How do they get the soft chocolate inside the hard chocolate?
They're so dumb.
Scott, got a bench warmer?
Yeah. My bench warmer is going to be Jonte Porter.
Who is that?
Jay showed me this earlier. He's going to be on the bench for a long time, it looks like. He is under investigation for gambling in the NBA. Just happened today. He was a player under a two-way contract to Toronto Raptors and the brother of Michael Porter Jr. What was happening was that he would play in games and he would come out with mysterious injuries, and they found a huge upswing in his bets and unders of his personal props.
Oh my God.
How dumb are you?
Like nobody else, like a big bet on him and nobody else bets on him.
Last week he was the most bet on stat cat. Like his personal stats were the most bet on.
And the guy in South Carolina
He would start the game and then come out.
Yeah,
I'm hurt.
What's his name?
Sick, or he would have like a facial injury.
What's his name?
Who?
What was his name again?
Jonte Porter.
Yeah, it's a good guy in South Carolina. Hey, Jonte, hold for a second. Otani's on the other line.
Yeah. And it says here, his friend Ippy placed the bets.
No, that's actually funny. I'll give you that one.
Shit.
Asian mystery man.
Secret Asian man.
Hey, so you want? I got another thing from Asian. Do you know the Chinese invented paper back 1,200 years ago? It took them 1,200 years before they started wiping their ass with it. Seriously, the first thing I would think when I made paper, I'd be like, "Oh, that'd be great for my butthole." I ain't got to put my hand down there. Chinese people, they had paper, and for 1,200 years, they just used their hand. So,
and they used Dawn soap to wash it.
If they had another conspiracy, you tied right
now
in.
they used a duck with the Dawn soap on it.
That's what they clean the ducks off of the dumb Chinese shit.
Where do you come up with this nonsense?
It's true.
He sits in the toilet.
Wait, who do you think invented gambling?
Oh.
China.
TikTok.
Pachinko.
Yeah, that's Chinese checkers,
Pachinko.
even, man.
Who invented gambling? The first time I tried Asian food. That was a gamble.
Gas station Asian.
No.
Gas station sushi.
Yeah,
Bet your
first
dollar
guy
you won't
tried
shit.
to hold a fart.
Did they have sushi at
Trust on a fart.
Trust a fart. There you go.
Is there sushi at Buc-ee's? I didn't even look.
Oh,
I bet there is.
I bet you it's sushi brisket.
Is this when we sign off? When it's all chaotic,
Yeah.
crazy?
It's just chaos.
Pretty
now.
much.
Anything? You got anything else, Speedy?
I don't know. I'm no.
Retire from what?
Just crazy. Yeah, I saw that.
Timmy,
So
got
he
anything?
bets.
No, I'm good.
Well, let's do final thoughts unless you got something. You got one more?
Go ahead, Scooter.
You got anything?
Nope.
The 2024 NFL. Oh, sorry. 2024 NFL win totals over unders.
Oh, go on.
We got the 49ers and just yell out over under.
All right.
Over.
Niners 11.5.
Under.
Over.
Over.
Okay. Baltimore Ravens 11.5.
Over.
Under.
I don't like Lamar Jackson.
Well, all those playoff victories.
I trust Lamar Jackson in the playoffs like I trust a fart after eating Chinese.
But this isn't this is the regular season. They're going to win a bunch of games and he's going to lose.
Well, no, they're going to probably lose a lot because Justin Fields is in Pittsburgh now.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
right.
2 losses for sure. I'm just saying.
Sorry, that wasn't emphysema. I was laughing.
The Chiefs 11.5. That's a tough one.
I'm gonna say under.
Chargers gonna be crappy though. I think.
Right. AFC West is no other.
Broncos are shitty.
I would say over.
The Raiders will be decent.
Who's the other team? Seattle.
The Broncos and the Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. That's the only thing I would go by. They're probably gonna win 5 for sure in the division.
They playing in Germany again this year?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. The Lions 10.5.
Ooh.
Under.
I'm going over.
Over.
I'm going to go over as well.
Under. They're gonna have a strength of schedule adjustment this
Packers 10.5.
Over.
I'm going to go under. I think they're going to be right at 10.
Because they
time.
play.
I got 10 and 6.
They play the Dolphins
10
this
and
year.
7.
6, really?
7. Pardon me. 10 and 7.
10 and 7.
Eagles 10.5.
Under.
Under.
They're
I think
implode.
they're yeah.
I don't believe in
going,
Sirianni.
Bounce back here.
You think it's going to be a bounce back? I think it's going to
It'll
be
be
the other way.
close. Bills 10.5.
Under.
Under.
I think they're going to have a bad year.
Under.
Let me just.
They had their chance. It's come and gone.
How we throw out the Cowboys 10.5.
Under.
Over.
I think that division's not that good
Way
either.
under.
Oh,
I'm going over.
Way under. Wow.
I'm gonna say over.
I'm gonna say they win 7 games.
I'm going to say McCarthy gets fired at the halfway point.
Ooh.
I'm going to say over. I think
And
he's gonna have a
replaced with
good year.
Jason Garrett again.
No,
Could bring him
Deion
back.
Sanders coming back.
This is his last year of his contract anyway.
What do you say? Over?
Over.
Yeah.
I think he's going to win 11.
How about the Falcons? 10.5.
Under. Kirk's going to pull the.
We're going over.
I'm going way under.
I'm going over.
I'm going under.
Kirk's going to tear his other Achilles.
That's why 10.5. Guarantee because of
Under.
him.
No.
And is he going to be ready for opening day?
He's 9-7. All 9-8.
He's 10-7. Still wouldn't be enough.
9-8.
No, you need 11 and 6.
The Texans 9.5.
9.5. Over.
Over.
In that division.
Over.
I got over. I
Yeah.
got
Over.
11 or even 12 games maybe.
Over is fine on that
12
one.
and 5 might be about right.
The Bears 8.5.
Ooh, under.
I think over.
8 sounds about right.
Yeah, it does sound right. It's right on 8.5.
I got 8.
I'm with
So
you,
under.
PD. I'm right at 8 too on that.
How about I think the one that might be a good one to take. I think would be a good one to take over the Titans at 5.5.
Over.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
like that.
They got Will Levis. I mean, if
they
he,
built it, got a better
Yeah.
offense. They're gonna,
I think
Tony Pollard.
I think 7 or 8 games is reachable.
5.5 is a pretty low number, I think, for them.
It is.
I do.
Who's their coach there now?
I think it's Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher.
That's where I was going. No, who ended up being who they hire?
I forget.
No clue.
Callahan.
Bo Callahan again?
Yeah.
That guy's all over the place.
No.
No, he went to his fucking birthday.
Ryan Callahan?
No, what Callahan?
Hey, what's this hook thing for? that just
Who's
hit me?
the offensive line coach guru? It's his kid. Callahan's kid.
Oh, yeah, I know the Bill Callahan's
Bill
kid?
had kids. Yeah.
He's the actual coach of the Raiders for a minute.
Tommy Callahan.
Yeah. Tammy.
He's the
Tommy-
O-line
Tommy
coach at Wisconsin
Callahan.
for a while. I saw him at a football
See?
camp.
You know what? Timmy kind of looks like the Nicolay guy if he had sunglasses on.
Shut up.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts.
Ed.
Oh, after years of following politics and watching the news, a lot of stories come out of California, and I don't know. I just wish Superman wouldn't have went back in time and fixed that earthquake.
It's actually pretty funny.
Closing thoughts, Petey.
Yeah, I heard a stat the other day, and they said that 60% of the people that go into the transfer portal, and I'm not sure if it's basketball, football, or combined, end up not getting signed by a college. So they burn a bridge with whatever school they were at, and this is Division I, mind you, and then a lot of them get displaced and have to figure out where they're going to go. So that's a pretty big darn
So you think a
gamble.
lot of them are probably going back down to D2 or D3 just
Yeah,
to play?
It happened with Jack.
Or D's nuts.
Jack Rose was at UW Green Bay. He ended up going to Parkside, so D1
Yep.
down to D2. There was a new coach there that kind of didn't renew anybody's scholarships and stuff. He brought in a brand new team. Basically, he kept one kid from the last regime. But 60% of the kids that transfer within the D1 portal and stuff don't end up at a D1. I think that's pretty crazy. Over half. So it's not all roses in some cases.
No.
Jack Roses.
Oh,
Bad
I like
joke.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Little shout out to a local kid.
Cheryl Miller with her girls. All right, speaking of transfer portal, there's a story out of the University of Alabama where they're starting left tackle entered the transfer portal and signed on with his hometown Iowa Hawkeyes. Earned $100,000 from not even playing it down with the Hawkeyes from NIL money. Decided he wanted to go back to Alabama. So he went back to Alabama. Guess who doesn't have to pay that $100,000?
He doesn't have to pay it back?
Nope. Doesn't have to pay it back.
Wow.
So for 2 weeks, he was an Iowa Hawkeye, made $100,000.
It's like the fucking Wild West.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Well, he's a punter. He got 200,000. He's a punter, so dummy.
Yeah.
So was there a binding contract or no?
No, there's just
because he didn't register for school or what?
I don't know how he loophole it, but that's the story going around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see.
He might end up in a ditch with Michael Jordan's dad.
Maybe. Good thing Saban's not there.
Jeez. Holy cow.
30 days from the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A month away from the draft in Green Bay.
Lions.
Detroit.
Is it really in Green?
It's in Detroit.
I would say it's not in Green Bay this year. It's the
next
following
year,
year.
yeah.
Oh, it's Detroit this year?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Let's go.
Dead bodies coming out of the
Does it?
sewage.
Yeah, let's clean this. Let's clean the
We should
cistern
go.
out.
We should go and we could
See if
go
we
to
get-
Grand Rapids.
Yeah, see if
It's
we can
a
get
ways away.
media
Credentials.
Ooh, I should try to put in for him.
All right.
That'd be sweet.
That would be.
Can you walk around? Hey, Caleb, feel like competing this year?
Think of the questions, the bass awkward questions we could ask.
All right.
How old's Reba?
Caleb, what's your favorite nail polish?
Oh shit. We would have great questions.
That's all you have?
That's all I had. It's 30 days, man.
Okay.
And happy Easter.
Happy Easter's when?
Next week.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
It's Sunday.
Yep.
Sunday.
Making your
Sunday.
ham.
Yep, Monday, show next Monday. We'll talk to our baseball preview.
Yeah.
If that works, everybody be in town next week, spring break, but
Yeah.
they'll be here. Okay, so we'll do that.
Maybe get Hop on or something.
Just kidding.
He's a baseball expert.
Yeah, we'll see what's he doing. Make sure he goes golf outing before he comes over, and then
Yeah.
don't have an open seat when Ed leaves. You can slide in.
Yeah, there'll be extra spaces after I almost choke him.
You want to stop by next week, Peter? You're back to school, huh?
Actually, we're off that Monday.
Oh, if you're interested,
So there's a
we
chance.
can make room. If there's enough people,
Fine.
whatever.
Yeah,
Bradley
that'd be
never
all right.
shows up anyways.
Yeah, I wonder what he had going on. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of you bringing money up, Willie, where's my Girl Scout cookies?
Should be here this week.
Okay, good.
Dude, they're
I'm
outside of Pick and Save every day.
Oh, I went through like 7 sleeves of Thin Mints this
Dunkin'
week.
Donuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the county, they just set up a table.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go buy in person. I
do.
I prefer to have them delivered to my house. Makes me feel better about myself.
I like trying to make these little kids count. How much are they? $5? Okay, I want $20 worth.
It's not them; it's their moms.
or
Their moms
it's
that
like,
are-
or they'll go, "You want these? What are you selling? I don't know. Where's the money going? I don't know. It's like, yeah, you're not a good salesman.
Or she goes, "You're like, can I get $20 worth? Are you sure?" Oh,
Speaking of salesmen, the other day I had True Green call me on the phone, and my goal was to keep her on the phone for as long as I possibly could.
How bored he is.
She was trying to do math. It was I
She was
felt,
trying to
I
do
felt
math.
bad. She was giving me 50% off and then an additional 20, and then it was like I said, "How much for the biggest package and stuff?" And then at that point,
Giggity.
it took forever. And then I said, "I'm not willing to pay that." And before you know it, it was crazy. I felt really bad for her.
Did you
but
get anything?
I asked her, what's a grub? She goes, honestly, I don't know anything about lawns. I don't even have a lawn. It's a worm that eats the roots of your grass.
It's a beetle larva.
Well, whatever.
It's what skunks eat, and that's what fucking invades my
It's usually
condo.
June bugs.
Yeah.
But my point is they didn't train the true green girl who called me to answer any of the questions about the product. So I felt bad after I did it, but
did you really?
No.
Not really. Because she was getting paid anyway.
I had Sirius XM call me today. So like about on Thursday, they called.
They're still alive?
Yeah. So they called me on Thursday. I said, call me back in 2 weeks. I'm busy at work. Wait 2 weeks and then give me a call back when I got more time.
Called you back
4 days in a row now. The guy today, he took a literal ass whooping on the phone for me. I laid into him for about a minute just with F-bombs and everything.
Nice.
Worse than Scott Olsen thing when I tried to
No,
ditch
but you
him.
guys are friends. That's even worse.
So after
I don't know if we are.
So after all the F-bombs.
Look at that. That's
Man
Will
bun.
Ferrell. It's Will Ferrell.
He did go to USC. So after you got done with all the F-bombs, the guy's like, so I'll sign you up for Howard Stern station?
So
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he was just like, I could just picture him going.
No. Nobody calls me ever. Nobody calls.
like,
I get
4
Medicaid calls
fucking
all the
days
time
in a
too.
row.
I don't
Oh.
understand that at all. Like I'm eligible for some plan that I don't know anything
Yeah,
about.
we're all eligible for that. You'll you'll start getting AARP stuff too soon.
I keep asking them. I'm like,
Does anybody got AT&T for their phone?
yeah, I think I got Verizon.
So did I.
Never mind.
Yeah, when you get an ARP card, you get $10 off a month off a line, every line.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Oh, I just changed from AT&T because it sucked.
No problem with it ever. What do you have now? Cricket?
He's got a flip phone.
Consumer cellular.
Shut up.
He's got
He's got Obama on the go.
Right.
He's got Go Obama.
Go Obama.
No, he's got Mint.
I got 6 of them.
Yeah.
I got 6 of them. The
Big Ryan Reynolds fan.
Have you heard about their $15 a month thing?
Who's?
Mint Mobile. It's
yeah,
$15
Ryan
a month.
Reynolds, right?
Yeah, $15. But you have to pay $45 up front.
That's 3 months.
Yeah.
Do you get it back?
No.
But it's $15 a month after that?
For 3 months.
Oh.
If you listen, read the ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's $15 a month for 3 months, but you got to pay $45 to get that deal.
To get that deal. And it's
so it's $30 a month.
And it's normally $30 a month.
So it's $30 a month.
Yeah.
Clever marketing.
Yeah.
This guy's the math teacher.
What do you guys have? What phone coverage or service?
Verizon.
I gotta look.
What do you got?
They just gave a bunch of free stuff.
US Cellular.
What do you have?
US Cellular.
We had that, but then we got free phones or something to transfer lines.
Oh, I don't know.
So it worked out fine.
And what do you have?
Verizon.
Verizon. Okay.
He's got Cricket.
I don't know which one
Cricket,
I have.
there
I
you
don't
go.
know how that works.
T-Mobile.
Could be.
He's got.
I know it was
He's
all
got phone.
Sprint.
Phone.
It says Samsung.
He's got a crank and a dial.
Samsung.
That's it's Willie's garage.
I'll tell you what, though, I lost all coverage when I went down to Florida when the whole country lost. We lost it for like 7 hours.
When that satellite went down?
I didn't lose anything.
I lost it for like 7 hours
Yeah.
from
Jenny
Atlanta
lost hers.
South.
I didn't lose mine. It was weird.
Atlanta South, we lost it.
18. I didn't lose mine at all.
I didn't lose anything.
Yeah. So is that
all these conspiracy theorists are showing like the sky, like all this stuff on fire, like crashing in? I'm like, it's a shooting star.
I saw one the other
It's a Chinese
day.
balloon.
Chinese balloon.
Good call.
Any other closing thoughts, guys?
Nope.
Okay. So next week we'll be back with our baseball preview show. Probably a little more free agency talk. There'll be a few more people be signed closer to
NBA.
the draft. We'll talk a little more NBA next week.
Maybe
We can
PD will get a game in.
playoff time.
Are you watching the?
I'm hoping.
What we watching the finals? No, this is a lead eight
2
this
weeks.
week.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks of final and the NCAA championship will be on. So yeah, we'll have that in a few weeks. We'll talk about the Final Four next week. We'll know that.
Yep.
Make our picks for the
And we need to
championship.
gamble on. Get more gambling out
My
there.
Final Four is still in act.
Mhm.
Mine too. I think I'm in the lead actually.
You are.
I can fix that.
Can you?
Yeah. So once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast for Ed, Pete, Tim, and
Hey, real quick,
Willie.
I don't agree with anything Ed said all night. So if anybody's listening,
So see
He
you,
fist bumped me.
see you next week.
It's already ran in the previews.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give him more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.